I shall be your shield.
Blessing upon friends!
Hell, it's about damn time.
We are steadfast in the face of peril.
Don't underestimate a Nephilim.
Stormwind honors those who serve.
This is only the beginning of our journey.
My wrath shall not be quenched.
Your deeds bring honor to us all.
By steel or fang, we will prevail.
Not even death can save you from me.
All right. Good evening and welcome everybody to tonight's NGS action. Tonight we are in the grand finals. We are in Division E East. We've got the number 4 seed who took down the number 1 seed in the semifinals, Souls and Slowmo, going up against the number 2 seed, Wood League Airlines. My name is ISX. Welcome to the channel. For those who haven't been here, most of the people that have, welcome back. Glad to see you guys again. We're getting everybody into the lobby. Gonna get this kicked off here. Started getting this thing underway just a few minutes early so we could have a little bit of background on these two teams while they're trickling in. Got to give the shout outs to everybody real quick. Shadra, Toxic Core, TX Sizzlix, and Dragon K4000. Thank you all so much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good time. We've got an epic showdown tonight. And remember, for those who are not familiar with NGS format, tonight in the regional finals, which is where we are tonight, it is a best of 5 series. So we will have the potential for 5 maps being played. And talking about maps, let's get you guys flipped over to that map screen so you can see exactly what's going to happen tonight. So Souls and Slowmo, they got the choice to pick the map. Woodley Airlines, they won the coin toss. They elected to get first hero pick. So Souls and Slowmo started off our bans. They banned out Cursed Hollow and they banned out Volskaya Foundry. Woodley Airlines responded by banning out Alterac Pass and Dragonshire, meaning Souls and Slowmo are going to go ahead and take us over to Sky Temple, the map that was rotated in for this season. There's always one map that is rotated in every season, one map rotated out, and Sky Temple snuck its way in. And that is where we are going to start off tonight, going to the map that is notoriously known for being very snowbally. One team can, once you get a little bit of a structure advantage, you just trade objectives. You're going to naturally just be able, as long as you can keep the fights in your favor, keep that little bit of a lead, the objectives are just going to continue to whittle down the enemy core and eventually win you the game. We're looking like we're getting everybody loaded in here. I'm going to give everybody the ready just to let them know. But if you look at the map screen coming through, this is map 1. If we go to a game 5, 5 of these 6 maps that are remaining will get played, and there are a lot of good maps left. We have Towers of Doom, Infernal Shrines, Battlefield of Eternity, some of my favorite maps that you can play in the classic maps that you typically see in these competitive games. Then you've also got Tomb of the Spider Queen and Braxis Holdouts. Smaller maps, shorter maps, can be a little bit snowbally, but it'll be interesting to see what's going on. Dragon 4000 or Dragon King 4000 throwing in the hello. Chauncey coming in with the let's go. Everybody getting ready. These two teams are giving me the green lights, so we should be able to kick this off here any second, waiting for the countdown to start. But Sky Temple, going to be a lot of fun. I think I've only casted Sky Temple once this season. Did a lot of casting early on in the season, And then, unfortunately, my team that we were playing on scheduled the way you're not supposed to, and they always tell you not to. Don't leave your flex matches for the end. We left our flex matches all the way for the end, and so we played like 5 maps or 5 series in 2 weeks. Sorry, there's gonna be a little bit of a delay, a black screen delay. It'll clear itself out there real quick. So we had to play like 5 matches in 2 weeks. It was crazy. I was so busy with playing, I didn't get any time to cast, and then now towards the end of the season, mainly playoffs, I'm like, all right, let's get back into the casting. Let's get these teams underway. Got a couple quarterfinal matches in, got 1 semifinals, and now in the finals. Sorry, we're not in the grand finals yet. This is the final. These are regional finals. The winners of the Division E East regional finals will play the winners of the Divisional E West division regional finals to determine who will be the penultimate Division E champion. But to get there, you got to win this one first. And these 2 teams, 2 really, really strong teams, going to be battling it out here for that title of Division E East champion. And Asmodan going to get the first ban coming in from our Wood League Airlines. Asmodan has the ability to siege. Can play him 2 different ways. Can play him for a team fight, or can just play to split push the lanes. Typically on Sky Temple, you see him more set up for the heavy pushing power, so a good ban. Anduin being banned out here by Souls and Slowmo. Not entirely sure. That may have been a target ban, or, you know, Anduin's just one of those top tier healers right now. Has a lot of healing potential. Also has the save, can pull people. So sometimes when people want to go for like the Stitches tank, they want to get rid of the Anduin. Sometimes they like to take it for themselves to do like a miniature kidnap comp, you know, switch it in with a Medivh. But Zagara getting banned out by Wood League Airlines. So 2 global macro heavy, siege heavy champions being banned out by Wood League Airlines, looking like they want to try and get rid of that pressure and instead allow themselves, force Souls and Slowmos to come in with a team fighting. Calhead, bro, I ain't even there. Maybe target bans on Galahad. I don't know, but Zul'jin gonna be the final ban here, and Wood League Airlines gonna get the first pick. Now Sky Temple, Dahaka, Globals are preferred, and Dahaka gonna be picked up. Falstad's still available, could be picked up by the other side here, but Dahaka in a very, very solid spot, gonna be able to get his essence up. Has a lot of sustain, has a lot of potential to come into some of these team fights with the global play. And it can do the double soaking game when needed to, when you get that first temple coming online. Junkrat picked up by Nemesis, and Mamiya's picking up the Stukov. Good overall control healer. Has the ability to really put down a lot of crowd control, force teams to fight around his silence puddle, and then has excellent peel potential, whether he wants to go for just one massive shove or just knock away the entire enemy team. So great disengage coming out of the Stukov as well. But Brightwing and Orphea coming in by Zilla and Woot. So Brightwing going in again with another global. So 2 big global pickups here coming in from Wood League Airlines, playing the macro game. Going to be able to provide a lot of soaking utility around the team fights, not having to come in until they're called. And Orphea is going to be able to put down a lot of burst damage in that 3-man rotation that Woot, Dark Knight, and Yahtzee will be able to come through with. You know, when you see the Orphea, you think you want something locked down. Diablo is one of those champions. You got a couple others as well, those hard lockdown tanks to really give Orphea a target to blow up. You can look for the Variant, although they don't have necessarily good crowd control. They have the Polymorph, but not great crowd control to follow up with the Taunt Variant. You can look for champions like Johanna, who have a lot of crowd control, slowing potential for the Orphea, making it a little easier to chase. May has a lot of crowd control utility. Or just simple as like an ETC with a Power Slide Mosh Pit. They've got 2 interrupts already so far on the side of Souls and Slowmo. So we'll see which way they decide to play this. They're going to need some sort of just heavy pressure or a global to match. So they've got, you know, a lot of global pressure so far on the sides of Wood League Airlines. We'll see how Souls and Slowmo decide to react to this. And they're going to go for the heavy burst. So they get the May Greymane. Greymane going to be able to pick up camps fairly quickly. And May, one of those hard engaged champions, can also disengage fairly well. So we're seeing a lot of all-in potential coming in from Souls and Slowmo. They really want to force some of these fights. Probably around the time when they know these Brightwing and Dahaka are on cooldown for their global skills. You know, catch those timers and then try to force the fight around those. But Hanzo and Stitches going to be picked up with the Orphea. Can definitely pull somebody in. Hanzo going to be able to bring that Dragon Arrow. Get some good engages for the Stitches. But Orphea will have the channel, the Crushing Jaws that she will be able to put down once Stitches uses his Gorge and then eventually dispels of the champion, can throw down a Crushing Jaws. Time it really well to make sure that you get the value there. But Lone Wolf going to take in the Artanis to round it out. Artanis having a decent matchup against Dahaka will be able to have a very good opportunity in the early game. Dahaka will start to become annoying in the late game, and Dahaka, unless Artanis really stacks heavy into that queue, will be able to play the double soak game just a wee bit better. But there we go. Game 1. Drafts are in. This is what we've got. Souls and Slowmo coming out with this heavy team fight composition. Meanwhile, Wood League Airlines, they're looking like they want to play more of this timing kind of, I want to pick my fights when I can. You know, you can play around the Stitches hook, have the Dahaka and Brightwing to come in when you want them to. Otherwise, kind of just poke them out with the Orphea and Hanzo and wait for the Stitches hook to eventually land. So they're not going to be coming in for heavy fights right off the bat, but they will eventually start to get that press going. Rusty Nails coming in with the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel, coming in for an epic best of 5 series between these two teams. We are going to get it kicked off here in game number 1. Let's get these teams introduced for their game 1 match. On the blue side, we've got Souls and Slowmo. We've got Nemesis on the Junkrat, Toxic Core on the May, Dontra sitting on the Greymane, Memias on the Stukov, and Lone Wolf on that Artanis. Meanwhile, on the red side, you've got your Wood League Airlines. You got Dark Knight on the Stitches, Baron on the Dahaka, Zilla on the Brightwing, Yahtzee on that Hanzo, and you got Woot hanging in there on the Orphea. We'll see if these teams go for the middle, if they go for the Vision Camp. Looks like they're both content to go for the middle so far. Pulling up some of these level 1 talents. Artanis actually going for the Protector of Ire. Gonna try and stack himself up. Get as much damage onto the Dahaka. Using that Twin Blade says really get himself stacked up there. Gonna need to get in some of these fighting as well, but gonna be interesting to see, you know. It's gonna take a while for Artanis to get online. But going for the stacking Artanis. Meanwhile, Hanzo going for the Q build, Dahaka taking that Essence, enhanced agility. Stitch is trying to get some globes, already at 2 so far. We're really just going to keep our eye on that Artanis stack. That's going to be the interesting spot to really focus on, see how much value Artanis is able to get out of that stacking. Right now, both teams just rotating between bot and mid. Toxic Core trying to keep people off, taking a fair bit of punishment. Has the May passive, so we'll be able to heal herself back up. Both these teams just beat each other out. We see Souls and Slowmo already putting a lot of pressure on their camp, wanting to pick it up in the early game. Wood League Airlines gonna go do the same thing. We'll see if May decides to path a little aggressively here, maybe look for a possible invade. She is going in, checking the bush with the slide, and has to get herself back. Throws down the Blizzard as well. Has a couple dancing shoes on, gonna be able to bob and weave out of the Stitches hook. And back we go into the soaking game, waiting for this first objective. Both teams playing pretty standard so far. No big invades. May did go for the extra damage with the disable at level 1 too, the heat transfer. But here is where you're starting to see Souls and Slowmo be aggressive, have the Greymane. This is where the Greymane value will come out. Being able to pick up these camps quick. Has Memias there to help him out on the Stukov. But 4 is online for both these teams. Orphea going pretty much with that full passive Chaos build. We'll be able to pick up the Jaws at 7. Give herself a little bit of cooldown reduction. But camp already picked up by the side of Souls and Slowmo. Again, not looking to invade, more looking to just get some pressure created. Try to use the quick pickups to get some of the pressure going in this mid lane, but not going to get much. Hanzo going to be able to rotate himself in, pick up something. Oh, no, he backed himself off here. So all this soak is going to go to waste. But we got a big fight. Greymane actually gets to pick onto the Orphea, and Zilla trying to run himself away, but Greymane gets himself a double kill. Mei was able to get in there, get the stun onto the Orphea to start. We're going to talk about Mei having a lot of that crowd control utility in the draft. Able to pull it out here and get the kill. So that is 2 kills going over to Souls and Slowmo, starting off with a strong early game. Artanis going ahead and fighting up against and gets knocked off. And here comes the rest of Wood League Airlines coming in. Artanis going to have to back himself off. Ping's going down. Dahaka is coming in, so the 5-man is in the top lane for Wood League Airlines. Junkrat is going to sit in the bot lane, get some soak for his team. Meanwhile, Mei already has half of this objective channeled, and this is the power that you can provide. Actually, it is going to be Souls and Slowmo that are winning the macro game, even though they don't have the macro pressure. Now, since they've committed the 5-man to the top lane, they're going to go ahead and push with it. Try to get as much of this fort as they can. They should be able to pick this up as long as nobody from Souls and Slowmo come back and stop it. But Souls and Slowmo looking like they wanted to put the pressure elsewhere. Maybe trade fort for fort here, but Junkrat going to go ahead and get this bottom lane pressure, which is really good pressure to get for the second one. Looks like this, Soul and Slowmo getting a lot of damage. Artanis going to see if he can finish it off. He should have finished it off right there, and there it goes. Nice last twin cleave by the Artanis. And now Souls and Slowmo, they're rotating down. They have the minions, and they are just sieging up. Mei took the passive at level 4, or excuse me, the turn off at level 4 with the slush ball. So she's going to be able to turn off some of these objectives here. Souls and Slowmo having a very nice first objective. You know, brought everybody from Wood League Airlines to the top lane, and then just said, you know what, there's the cooldowns. Now we're going to go to a different lane, and we're going to push this 5. Dahaka trying to get some of this value returned. Nobody soaking in the top lane for Souls and Slowmo yet. Artanis on his way up. Only at 6 stacks so far from the stacking Artanis quest. Not where he wants to be at level 8, but getting value elsewhere. Mei trying to give Stukov. Nice body block coming in from the Mei, taking the hook for the Stukov there. Healers always appreciate it when they take steps in the way and make sure that they get pulled. But so far, I mean, Souls and Slowmo doing an excellent job playing this macro game, even though they don't have the global pressure. Just going to push out this mid lane here. Everybody from Wood League Airlines going to work themselves up. They've got a 4-man sticking together. Artanis trying to get a couple more stacks on the Dahaka. Up to 9 so far, and Junkrat just doing what Junkrat does best, pushing down the bot line. Getting himself away when he can. And just like that, off he goes. Is Stitches bugged? Don't know, don't think so, but here comes the 10s. Icewall picked up, Mei going in, the rest of the team not ready in position to follow up. But the Riptire is out. May be able to knock the Stitches back. Actually, it puts the Brightwing and Hanzo back. 10's now online for the side of Wood League Airlines. We saw the Crushing Jaws come out of the Orphea, so a couple ultimates popped by both teams so far. Actually, almost all ultimates popped. Flailing Swipe's the only one left. But Artanis going to go ahead and pick up the objective. The rest of the team going to push bottom, trying to catch the Orphea, not able to do so. And the siege is still on. Zilla getting booped back by the Junkrat. Stukov just holding the silence at the gate, something that Stukov does very well. Ooh, look at this. Greymane jumping all the way in. The damage going down. Brightwing was able to get the T in just in time, and Woot is saved. Stitch is now on the hunt. This is the hook there. Is continuing to follow it up with the slam. Gets booped all the way over and says, finds himself a Greymane. Continues to hunt. The pings go down on the Greymane. Hanzo is continuing to follow up with those Qs. Polymorph down onto the Stukovs. But the Ice Wall, look at the Ice Wall coming in huge. Can Stukov get by the minions? Will he survive? Oh my gosh, he is alive. The blinding goes down by Artanis. The hook comes out, and that is... Oh no, Mei gets pulled in by the Dahaka, but a 3-man Blizzard gonna end that one. And everybody from Souls and Slowmo get away. What an Ice Wall from the Mei right there. Holy cow. Gets a 4-man Ice Wall, blocks them all off, saves the Stukov. It doesn't capture Stukov. So it's just landing the hook on the Mei. Getting fairly low here, but going to be able to get herself back. Interesting, Hanzo went for the never outmatched at 7. Going for, you know, the Q build, but not taking the increased spell power at 7, rather going for the W. Ooh, nice hook by the Stitches there. Here comes the arrow. Target was already dead. Arrow continues down, but the camp is successfully stolen, and Wood League Airlines get their first kill of the game. Trying to get to that level 13 so Stitches gets that increased hook range. But camp picked up in the top lane by the Greymane, so they are getting a little pressure built up. A boss is actually being picked up. Artanis misses it, tries to get the blind, didn't put it on the boss. Junkrat is here, so they got to get down quick. Mei is on her way in, but they've got to get like Stukov in there. Artanis is going in for the swap, lands on top of it, has the unstoppable. The Emerald Wind comes in. The boss is picked up, but the Riptire is out, and so many players are low. A huge Crushing Jaws, 2 members picked up, but Orphea is getting caught. Mei gets a lot of that Blizzard down. Orphea caught in the ice wall. So it is 1 kill picked up. Oh, never mind. Assist coming in from the boss. Artanis gets the flip and pulls Orphea in under towers, but they aren't able to get the kill. Ping's going down onto the boss. So far, it is a 1-for-0 trade in favor of Wood League Airlines. Stitch is now at the 13, finds the Stukov, gets the slam, the slow goes down, Artanis lands the swap, but 2 members are in the middle of the boss. A big arrow goes down on the Stukov, the displacement onto the Stitches in the backline, but Hanzo's sitting very low on the health, has to back himself off. The boss going down, nobody dying, everyone flying, and that will be the end of that temple phase. And now we've got the double altar, so still in favor right now for the side of Souls and Slowmo, but with the Airlines starting to get a little bit of rhythm here in this mid game. Gonna start looking to pick some of these fights. Nobody's sitting on the bottom altar so far. Everybody up in this top altar phase. Stitches throwing down the hook onto Artanis, gets the root. The ice wall goes down, catches Orphea, but everybody from Souls and Slowmo just backing themselves off. Stitches trying to see if he can catch up. Doesn't have the Gorge, did go for the Putrid Bile instead at level 10. I don't believe we actually went through all those level 10s here, but it is Cursed Bullet by the Greymane, Riptire by the Junkrat, Flailing Swipe by the Stukov, the Ice Wall from the Mei, and Suppression Pulse from the Artanis. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Wood League Airlines side, we've got the Emerald Winds from the Brightwing, as seen during the boss play, Putrid Bile by the Stitches, Isolation by Dahaka, the Dragon's Arrow from the Hanzo, and the Crushing Jaws from the Orphea. A lot of fighting. Only 3-2 in kills so far. A lot more fighting than what the score would suggest. Both these teams coming in, bringing their A game. No hesitation to fight, but as we said, on a map like Sky Temple, all you need to do is just get the objective and trade 1 for 1. And so far, Souls and Slowmo doing a little bit better, trading 1.5 for 1. And a big reason why they have this structure advantage in addition to that level 1 fight. Or sorry, first objective fight, not the level 1. Stitch is going fishing. Is not even finding anything. Puts the Putrid Bile down. So really wanting to zone everybody off here. Mei throwing down the ice wall in the back line. Catches 2. Stitch is getting fairly low. The Cursed Bullet did hit. The Crushing Jaws and Emerald Wind had a little anti-synergy there. Unfortunate. But Stitch is now going to be the focus. Riptire coming in. Gets the bounce. Trying to finish the Stitches, but Stitch is too tanky. Interrupts the Brightwing, actually. But now Stitches lands the hook, and that's a big hook onto the Stukov. Artanis not able to join the team fight, so it's another pick by Wood League Airlines. Greymane cannot get himself away in human form. Oh, Hanzo trying to get that simple geometry going. Mei getting himself hooked in. Stitches starting to land a lot of these hooks in this middle game, and now we've got Wood League Airlines with their first lead of the game. 4-3, 16's advantage. Starting to put some pressure and even this game back out. 2 forts to 3 so far. Bottom keep almost picked up by the sides of Soul and Slowmo. Dahaka going to go back, continue the soaking game. Stitches is pushing with the Orphea and the Brightwing while camp is being picked up by Souls and Slowmo. And I'm curious if Souls and Slowmo, they got their 16s. I'm curious if they're going to try and pick a fight here once Mei gets online, or at least keep everybody in the spot lane. They've got the top lane pushing. Dahaka should be able to get up and clear it out. But a little bit of back and forth now in the game so far. 4-3 as far as towers remaining. And everybody going up into the top lane. Maybe looking, trying to catch this Dahaka out. Souls and Slowmo. Passing up the objective. Mei ready to find. Goes in, misses the ice wall. But the rest of the team is here. Meanwhile, the 4-man all in the bot lane. Brightwing will be able to teleport herself up into this top lane. But here goes Souls and Slowmo. Gonna push the top lane. Have the Mei with the Slush Ball. The Junkrat with the Siege. So far, it's just the two up here. Looks like Orphea and Hanzo have backed themselves off. Junkrat throwing the Riptire in, and now everybody... Actually, Stitches went back too, so the full 5-man recall. And Souls and Slowmo sound the retreat. This objective was only about a quarter of the way finished. This minion wave a little far in. It's got one Siege minion so far with it. Main Stitches. Passing the boss is alive. But Souls and Slowmo heading right back up to that top lane. Brightwing does have the phase shift back. Everybody from Woodleague Airlines is back here, and everybody from Souls and Slowmo going right back up. Artanis is here. Mei gonna push out the mid lane. Says, you know what? I'm good with this. Gonna try and get the keep. And the boss is being called. Mei isn't scouted out. And Woodleague Airlines gonna get the boss, but there's gonna be a core push coming in. Mei's just going to try and keep everybody in backing. Mei's got a vision on all of them. As long as Mei can keep them from backing, this core is going to start falling here. It's at 92%. Mei just needs to keep them all from recalling. The boss is trying to be finished, but Woodleague Airlines trying to get the backs off. Mei going to go down, but heroically to try and get the team, it's at 16%, and Souls and Slowmo coming in with the game 1 victory. Gonna get the back door. And Mei doing everything she could to just make sure they said, hey, look at me. I want to be the one to be focused here, and ultimately gets the game. So well done, Souls and Slowmo. Excellent communication. You know, Woodleague Airlines are starting to come back in that late game, but Souls and Slowmo, with the macro pressure they already had created, they were able to just continue that pressure and come away with the game 1 win. Get in the back door. I mean, the damage numbers are going to be low. It's a 14-minute game. There was a lot of team fighting in the early game. There just wasn't many deaths. Nobody was really dying. Everyone survived somehow, some way. But ultimately, looking at the damage, I mean, Dahaka was able to get the soak advantage over Artanis, 15-9, which you expect. Artanis did not, I believe, go into the queue. Yeah, he went for just more of just a straight up, I want to fight him, Artanis. Very brawly Artanis build, going to the triple strike at 16 or 13, and then the Titan Killer at 16 with the slow at 7. So really just wanted to land the swaps and try and burst people down, but he didn't have the the level 1 stacks to really be able to provide that. So with that kind of build out of Artanis, Dahaka's going to have the soak advantage for sure. Healer's pretty darn close. Brightwing getting a little bit of the edge. Damage coming in. I mean, 24 for Junkrat, 23 for Stitch. Stitch is actually leading the damage here. Junkrat coming across with the Siege and the hero damage. But really, yeah, trading the boss for the Nexus. Somebody pointed out, OG Tunnel Snake coming in. Boss for Nexus. I mean, Souls and Slowmo will take that trade every day. Kind of a hybrid build coming out of Junkrat too here. Got blow him up at 1, and Chattering Tooth at 4, which is standard, but then went with the Dirty Trickster at 7, and then went back to the gotta trap them all at 13. Spread volley for the Siege. Pretty standard stuff coming out of Mei. Slush Ball at 4 I like. I always like, whenever you're playing maps that have heavy Siege, you can always pivot into Slush Ball as long as there's nothing that you need to spec into more. You can take the extra spell armor if you're really worried about the Orphea, but wants to shut down the objective, you know, get the team sieging with her. It's pretty standard stuff. Greymane, standard. Brightwing, pretty standard. Not seeing anything out of the Stitches. This is the only thing I was curious about. Maybe if Woodleague Airlines come back, we can ask Yahtzee why he likes the never outmatched at 7, as opposed to getting the additional spell armor. When you're going heavy into the Q build, at 1, 4, and 13, get the extra spell power. So when you're popping off them Qs, you can You can get more damage out of that. But maybe because they already had the Orphea, he wanted to try and not heavily go into the spell damage. I don't know. It's curious. I mean, there is a lot of, narrow corridors on Sky Temple, so maybe he's just going never outmatched on that. And on a more open map like Hanamura or something, he would have gone for the spell armor or spell power at 7. But yeah, pretty good game one. Pretty good game one. But we're going to take a small break real quick as we get loaded into map number 2, and I will see you guys on the other side.
I shall be your shield.
Blessing upon friends!
Hell, it's about damn time.
We are steadfast in the face of peril.
Don't underestimate a Nephilim.
Stormwind honors those who serve.
This is only the beginning of our journey.
My wrath shall not be quenched.
Your deeds bring honor to us all.
By steel or fang, we will prevail.
Not even death can save you from me.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We did get a little bit of, we're getting everybody in here. We are going to Infernal Shrines. These teams are ready for map number 2 already, getting it underway. It is going to be Infernal Shrines. It's Wood League Airlines. Since they had the loss, they had the option to choose between first hero pick or map pick, and they chose to go with map pick. And want to take us to Infernal Shrines, maybe get themselves on a map they feel really comfortable on, even this thing back up at 1 game apiece, and try to send us to a best of 3 series here. We did get some subs coming in. Looks like Slows and Slowmo are coming in with the same lineup, but Galahad has now subbed himself in, coming in for Wood League Airlines. Maybe that's why I said that was a throat punch. All right, I'm out. Gonna sub himself in for the game. But during that game, Me Ding coming in with a follow. Thank you so much, Me Ding. Appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. Got to give the shout outs. Sorry, I do turn off. You can see it, well, it's over here. Up over that way. Over there. There we go. Me Ding. He's over there somewhere. But I turn off the alerts during the actual in-game. During the draft and all that, you can see all the fun shenanigans when you cheer for with bits and all that fun stuff. But when we're actually in the game, that gets turned off. I don't want to draw away from the players playing the game. So we have fun. If you want to see dancing Pokemon all up in these areas of the screen, you can drop all that follow bit stuff now, and you'll be able to see Raichu doing his own thing. But coming in Infernal Shrines, we'll see if there's any changes so far. The Stukov getting banned away, but it's banned away by Souls and Slowmo, who did have the Stukov in game number 1. So maybe they're thinking the Stukov's going to be one of the more emphasized. There always seems to be a theme. One champion that's like the theme of a series when there's a best of 5. Sometimes I've seen it be Anduin. I've seen it be Junkrat a lot. Like there's a lot of times it's Junkrat. Maybe Stukov's that one for this series. It's like, nope, we either want it or we're banning it kind of deal. Don't want it to be picked up. But Asmodan getting banned out here from the side of Wood League Airlines. Nice logger coming in here. Zul'jin being banned out as well. So instead of the Anduin Zul'jin ban, it's now the Stukov Zul'jin ban. So Anduin is available. At least so far, Anduin is still available. So a slight change in the bans coming out from the side of Souls and Slowmo. Will we see any change to the pick ban strategy coming out from Wood League Airlines? And it is. Instead of the Zagara, they're banning the Nazebo. So Zagara is available as well. And Anduin locked in immediately by Memmius. Gonna pick up one of the better healers. Has a lot of playmaking potential. Usually see the Light Bomb, but can see the Holy Word of Salvation come out from time to time, depending on how the teams kind of mesh up. Or you could be like Death Punisher and just hold your ultimate till like level 16. You know, that's a thing too, apparently. But Vala and Ragnaros picked up by Baron and Yahtzee. So Rag going to be able to get that lava wave pressure going. Post 10, and Vala very good at some of the team fight damage. Especially if she goes to the auto attack. Like to see some blinds. May going to be one of those blinding champions. And Nemesis getting the Junkrat again. So same stuff coming from the tank and one of the assassins on the side of Souls and Slowmo. Completely different stuff coming out of Wood League Airlines so far. You know, with the map like Infernal Shrines, you typically want to see champions that do good damage, but also do good, you know, have good spell damage, be able to help pick up some of the objective while they're fighting. Vala with her W does an excellent job at that. Ragnaros can pick it up passively with the Q and the W. May has the Blizzard, Junkrat has the Concussion Grenade. So far, both these teams drafting heavily into that. Gazlo going to get banned out. Ragnaros not wanting to match up against the Gazlo. Tunnel Snake with League Airlines sandbagging first game. Are they the team that says? Are they the team that has the motto, we always lose the first one and they come back and win the rest? I don't remember. One of the teams has that motto. Lose the first, win the rest. Diablo going to be banned out here as well. By the sides of Souls and Slowmo. We're doing a best of 5, guys, tonight, so if it happens to go all the way to 5, I got to make sure I keep the thirst parched. Or quenched, I should say. I don't want to be parched. Galahad picking up the Deckard Cain, the old man coming out on Infernal Shrines, and Johanna picked up by Dark Knight. Very good champion on Infernal Shrines with the Condemn Punish around the objective. Sonya, excellent bruiser picked up. I'm surprised it got picked up so late on a map. This is kind of one of Sonya's best maps. But Sonya, Lone Wolf going to pick her up late in the rotation, but she's going to make it anyway. And Sylvanas picked up by Dauntress. Very aggressive comp coming out of here from Souls and Slowmo. And Kael'thas picked up by the side of Wood League Airlines. I really like the drafts coming out of both of these teams. This is going to be an absolute brawl of a map. These teams both want to fight around the objective. Yes, you have the Sylvanas to be able to push with the Punisher, or maybe just when you get down to Punisher to push a lane. But both these teams are shouting fight to me, and I really like when these teams come in and just want to duke it out. So here we go. 1-0 so far. Souls and Slowmo looking to get off to an early 2-0 start. Wood League Airlines trying to even this thing back up and send it to a best of 3 for the remainder of these finals. Loading is underway. We are going for a little bit of a ride. Apologies about that. And underway into game number 2 we get. Let's get these teams introduced again on the blue side. We have Toxic Core on the May. We have Dauntress on the Sylvanas. Lone Wolf sitting there on the Sonya. Nemesis on the Junkrat on his Angry Cloud. And still chilling in the back, coming up, pulling up the rear. Memmius on the Anduin. Meanwhile, on the red side, we've got Wood League Airlines. We got Dark Knight on the Johanna. Yahtzee on the Angry Cloud on Vala. These assassins are very angry. Galahad on the Deckard Cain. In the bot lane, we got Zilla on the Kael'thas. And we got Baron with the Ragnaros in the top lane. And Wood League Airlines anticipating the cheese, just going to send everybody to a lane. Don't want Sylvanas to get the early pressure with the passive. But look at this. 4 stacking quests coming out of Wood League Airlines. They are playing for the late game. Law of Hope from Johanna. Want to get her out a little self-sustain. Creed the Hunter coming out from Vala, so wanting to get those auto attacks. That's where May's going to have to be on top of her game, making sure she blinds Vala as much as she can. Kael'thas going for the globes. Deckard Cain stacking himself up as well. There's a lot of stacking coming out. Meanwhile, everybody on Souls and Slowmo. Oh, the concussion grenade, but Kael'thas saved himself with the gravity lapse. Didn't let Junkrat pop it. And now here the return fire is on. Vala just vaulting herself in, trying to get some damage down. Wood League Airlines getting some big damage here. Vala up to 5 stacks so far. What is that? I think 40 is where she needs to get for her first. I think it's 40. I'm not sure. I don't play enough Vala. 200 is where she eventually wants to get, but she's got a couple like markers on the way. But that's a lot of minions potentially going to be missed. While Souls and Slowmo go ahead and pick up their first objective, Sylvanas should go up and pick up all these juicy globes here. There she comes. Woodleague Airlines going to go ahead and get their camps underway as well. So far, Souls and Slowmo picking up their camp. Woodleague Airlines finishing off. Deckard hitting it with his old man staff, and there we go. Camp picked up a piece so far for both these teams. A little bit of an experience lead coming in for Souls and Slowmo. But the bottom camp, both teams waiting to pick it up, see which one pulls that trigger. So far, it looks like Woodleague Airlines are going to be the one that head down there. Junkrat just trying to scout it out. Sylvanas continuing to siege up the mid lane while she can. Dark Knight just trying to zone everybody away, but Sylvanas not biting, going to continue to try and get some pressure built up with these minions. So far, the experience is pretty even. Once this minion wave gets picked up, Johanna gonna go. She does go for the punish at level 4. But we have Sonya leaving the game, and that is a pause. So we'll get you guys back over to the map screen while we wait. Got a little bit of a disconnect. Gonna get a bit of a pause coming in from these two teams. No W Vala on Shrines. Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing, right? You could pick the W Vala on Shrines and get more value around the objective. Or you can go the Creed of the Hunter Vala and really just try and hyper carry your team, get your stacks going as quick as you possibly can, and just propel your team to a victory with the amount of crowd control they got. But the one thing I will point out that I do like with the Creed of the Hunter Vala is there's not a lot of blinds coming out on the side of Souls and Slowmo. Mei is the only one right now with a blind that can really shut the Vala down. And Vala can play very safe, has a very good front line with Johanna. So as long as she sticks behind the Johanna, she will be able to get some of that, setting that damage out and really be able to start shredding once she gets into those later levels, that front line even, of the side of Souls and Slowmo. So could go for the objective. Maybe she thought we have a Kale Toss already. I'm comfortable with the Kale Toss and Johanna picking up a majority of the minions, so I don't need to add more to the minions. I want to try and go for the single target. So we'll say. But looks like we had a power issue, so we're waiting to see if we get this person back in. And we could just chat, talk about some of what we've seen so far. Losing a Shrine to a Sylve team, very painful. Oh, 100%. It's like losing a Shrine to a Taunt Varian team. Tell you what, Taunt Varian is one of the scariest things to have on the other team when they have a Punisher with the just critical lockdown potential you can get with a with that first Punisher, since it typically can be picked up before level 7 if the team is very, very focused on it. So a lot of the cleansing power isn't out yet. Looks like we got a reconnect coming back in, so it's not going to be a long pause, not going to be a huge power issue. But how's everybody doing today? It's good. I mean, what more could we be wanting to do on a Friday night than watching some epic Heroes of the Storm action? Division E East final matchup finals. Two of the best teams in the E division battling it out for the title of E East champion and the opportunity to play the West champion to become the grand champion. It'll be interesting to see how different the fights go pre and post 10. Yeah, I mean, I'm the referee, so but I can't. I don't know if they can see me. I am the referee, so I'm the only one who can unpause the game. So I've gotta wait. How's the ice, baby? Pretty good, pretty good. It's been a really busy last 3 weeks. Out of this, I think out of like 17 days, I was working 16 of those 17 days. Spent a lot of time in the clinic, so it was a busy past couple of weeks. But I got a two-day vacation now, so it's gonna be good. Got to hang out with the kid. Had fun on Halloween. Hope everybody had a safe and fun Halloween. Did a lot of trick-or-treating around our neighborhood. I was a stormtrooper. Should wear the outfit. It's over there. But maybe. I don't know. That's gonna take some serious motivation to get me to change into the stormtrooper outfit between games. But I went as a stormtrooper. My kid went as a skeleton. It's a lot of fun. First time he got to really experience the trick-or-treating since, last year with COVID. He was 3, didn't get to do it. So 4-year-old got to go trick-or-treating. It was fun. Hopefully everybody else out there had a fun Halloween. Sick. Lich Queen, what's up? Sorry, for those who don't know, I am a little delayed on the, there's a 30-second delay on the stream. It's by rule, so it's not that I'm ignoring you when you type, or it feels like I'm like just awkwardly talking to you like a minute later. It's because there's a delay, so. We've got people singing in-game right now. A little weird, but hey. Whatever they do can pass the time while we wait for this reconnect to finish off. But man, Infernal Shrines. It is... I mean, I knew we were going to get to these classic maps eventually. Still looking at the maps that remain. We got Battlefield of Eternity, which is my favorite map, so I hope we really get to go there. Towers of Doom, which is... I don't think we ever get a best of 5 series without Towers of Doom being involved in it. Then we got Tomb of the Spider Queen and we got Braxis Holdout. I personally hate Braxis, but I know a lot of people out there love it. I think it's just way too snowbally. But it's it can be a lot of fun. All right. I've got some good to go, so I'm going to make sure both these teams are ready. All right, we got readies coming in from both teams. So I'm going to do this countdown and unpause this game. Get you guys back into the game. Goodbye. So how about that weather from Rusty Nails? Absolutely. Weather's pretty good here in LA. Can't complain. It's been pretty warm as of late. Got a little bit of a heat wave coming through. But getting back into the game, we got Wood League Airlines picking up the camp in the bot lane. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Souls and Slowmo going to pick up their own camp. Try to get this pushing. Wood League Airlines doing the same thing. So Wood League Airlines going for the double camp play. Anduin soaking out the mid lane. And the Shrine is active and ready to go. And it is going to be that Arcane Punisher in the mid lane. So probably one of the better Punishers for the defensive team in the early game. Mortar Punisher is ideal, unless there's lockdown on the other team, like the Varian, because then the Mortar Punisher can really cause a lot of chaos. But Arcane can be the one, and so far it is 11-6 in favor of Wood League Airlines. Back and forth these teams go. All 5 are here. Everybody wants to fight. Johanna going in, getting some slows. The damage coming down onto Sonya, and she is absolutely melted. That is first blood going over to Wood League Airlines, and they're not done. They're continuing to pick up this Punisher. Sylvanas already sounding their retreat, gonna go to the bot lane and try to get some pushing going with their passive. The rest of the team from Souls and Slowmo, not Slowmo in this. They're going quick down to this bot lane, and they're gonna try and get this pressure in the bot lane. Punisher's been picked up. Need to get this minion wave pushing. It's gonna be Vala, I'm guessing. Don't want to give them time to back up. But Souls and Slowmo gonna go clear the Punisher. Sonya here to pop it over. Not going to. Looks like it's gonna be the Mei throwing the snowball, but she's got to go the other way. Otherwise, oh, there comes the Punisher. And he's still on the side of the towers. So not gonna get the fort, getting that little bit of extra damage onto the Punisher. Still going to be able to clear it out pretty easily, but Sylvanas taking a ton of damage in the middle of that. Punisher gets a second jump onto the Mei. So the wall falls, and that is all it's going to be. Everybody from Woodley Airlines backing themselves out. And so far, 8 to 7.5 in favor of Souls and Slowmo, even though the objective being picked up by Woodley Airlines. And that's about how much you expect out of a first Punisher. You know, the typical average first Punisher is you get the wall, you're happy with the wall. If you can get the fort, that's fantastic. Every team loves to be able to get the fort. Holding the can. Now they're backing off of it. Got a rotation coming down into the bot. May trying to find a fight, unable to find it. Now Johanna wants the fight. These teams are both very aggressive. Oh, she got the punish done! Huge! That's always the best feeling as a Johanna when you get all four and you're like, yes, that's big pickup. That is a big, big pickup for Johanna, especially with this Vala going with the auto attack. Now Johanna can permanently slow anybody to 80% and only needs to hit one target. That is a huge pickup, and the Vala's like, thank you so much for picking that up. I will now be able to just destroy any target we catch out. Also does not force Johanna to go with the Blessed Shield. I mean, it's not like she was forced to go Blessed Shield anyway, but when you can finish it up, you get that huge pickup. You have a lot of single target locked down when you pick that one up. So big pickup coming in from the Johanna there. Sorry, I love Johanna as a champion, and whenever I see a Johanna pick that one up, it is very nice. Any Johanna mains out there just got super happy watching her pick that quest up. Typically, you don't pick it up for the quest. You pick it up just to get the 80% slow on 2 people. And here goes Johanna. She's just going to lock these targets down and don't have to give the pull so far. Deckard not able to land the slow. But 10's online for both teams. It's going to be the Wailing Arrow coming in from the Sylvanas. Riptire by Junkrat. Ice Wall coming in from the Mei. The Light Bomb from the Anduin. And it is going to be the Leap from the Sonya. So Vala going to have to be very careful with her positioning. Make sure she doesn't get too close to that Sonya until the Leap is burned down. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see the Lava Wave coming in from the Ragnaros so far. It is going to be the Falling Sword from the Johanna. It's the Stay a While and Listen coming in from the Deckard Cain. Phoenix from the Kalitas, and Rain of Vengeance coming in from that Johanna. Chauncey, 80% slow? Yep, that's exactly what it is. 80% slow permanently on only 1 target needed, not 2. Big, big pickup. People pretty much feel like they're rooted in place. I believe it's 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Right? Yeah, 2 seconds. Big, big pickup. But we've got this next Punisher coming into the bot lane. Gonna be the Mortar Punisher. We already have Souls and Slowmo in position to start it off. Everybody from Woodley Airlines were able to pick up their camp in the top lane as well. Ragnaros now on his way down. Does not have the Lava Wave for 60 more seconds, so can't get that top pushing in his favor quite yet. But Mei, just look at the damage. The Light Bomb goes down. On the Ice Wall, the anti-synergy comes in, but the Leap, oh, the Leap a little mistimed there as well, so didn't get the 3-man stun. The Leap is going to force Sonya to go down. So that is a kill picked up by Woodley so far, 1-0 in kills. Ragnaros sitting, trying to rain Vengeance down. Here comes the Vala showing what our true Rain of Vengeance looks like. It's 2-0 in kills by Woodley Airlines. Sylvanas going up to the top lane to try and get this minion wave, and she's got a fully healthy mercenary still. So, will they be able to get this Ragnaros with the Junkrat? That is the question. Let's see what they can do with this Ragnaros. He's coming around. Junkrat is here. Can they catch him? The slow is down. The damage is going down as well. He does not have the ability to get inside the fort. Sylvanas does not take the Banshees, but the damage is done. Ragnaros goes down, so this is going to be the top 4 picked up. Meanwhile, everybody from Woodley Airlines, except Kalitas. Kalitas, you got to be careful up here, man. They can do the same thing to you that they did to Rag. Sylvanas coming in. Light Bomb is down. Zilla out of position. Gonna go down. And that's another kill picked up. But the Punisher continues to push in the bot lane. Mei trying again to just stop some recalls here. Gets 1. Gets 2. And Sylvanas, Junkrat, Anduin starting to push out this top keep. Vala is here. Sitting at 41 stacks so far. Here comes the Lava Wave, but it went mid lane. Gonna push out that mid lane. Everybody else gonna push out top lane. Mei still having a date with this Punisher. The Punisher looks like it's getting the better end of that deal. And actually the keep is pretty damaged up here too. I think the keep is more damage than the bot lane. So Woodley Airlines getting some big plays. I mean, that was literally just anti-synergy coming out of Souls and Slowmo. Had they not gotten the anti-synergy, they would have just, I fully think they would have been able to do so much more. The leap light bomb, or the ice wall light bomb anti-synergy hurt. And then the leap just a little early on the timing and not able to get the stun after the ice wall was massive, because that was a lot of resources committed and they weren't able to get the lockdown they were looking for. They land that again and they hit all 3 of those. I guarantee you Souls and Slowmo win that fight. But Woodley Airlines taking advantage of the anti-synergy, and we're able to get some pretty good damage. And Vala just going all in here, gets the Sylvanas. Johanna throwing down the falling sword. And there's another kill picked up by Woodley Airlines. Creating a lot of pressure and having a much better early game in this game than they did in game number 1. Trying to even this series back out, and so far are in the driver's seat to do so. The experience is fairly close. It's only 4-2 in kills. Again, we've had a lot of fighting in both of these games for not a lot of this. Ooh, Ragnaros getting caught, but May does not get the knockback. However, the stun in from the Sonya, the light bomb not on the right target, but he does get the leap onto the Vala. Phoenix going down, stay a while, popped. May is kind of in the middle, is able to skirt herself away. The condemn comes down, the punish is there, and that is a kill picked up by Woodley Airlines, 2-1 so far. And continuing to grow their lead. Or maybe that's just a 1-for-1. No, Ragnaros died. Yeah, was 1-for-1. Ragnaros for May. I thought Vala did die, but she did. And now we got Woodley Airlines sieging this top. 16's online for both teams. Vala should be going for that damage, that front-to-back damage at 16. There it is, Manticore. So Vala going to be able to put down a lot of damage very, very quickly as long as she gets 3 hits on the same target. Gotta watch out for that damage. Only a 56 stack so far. Souls and Slowmo going to be able to pick up the fort in the bot lane while Woodley Airlines are trying to pick up the fort in the top. So trading forts still. But actually, so far, it looks like Souls and Slowmo are actually going to push Woodley Airlines off, so they get a fort for free. 2 forts to 1 so far. They do have an open keep, but this is going to be the Frozen Punisher up in the top lane. Looking at the stacks, Johanna at 18. Kael'thas almost done. Kael'thas needs 2 more globes, and that'll really help Kael'thas' survivability if he gets picked off by this Sonya leap. Going to be able to pick up the globe here, so needs 1 more. Probably will get it from this minion before the fight starts, and will be at his 20 stacks. Kael'thas doesn't look like he's interested in getting the globe. May want to go pick it up real quick. Johanna taking a lot of damage. Gets booped back into the back team. Junkrat throwing down the bombs. The falling sword goes out and down onto the May. Pick up the kill. So far, it's 1-for-1. The leap going down to secure that kill. But Ragnaros getting a lot of value. Kael'thas still at 19. Needs 1 more globe. Vala getting rooted out. There's Jonia going in, putting out a lot of damage. Vala peeling for herself. Backs up onto the health from Deckard Cain. And these living bombs are spreading just a little bit. 18-14 so far. It is both tanks down, which makes fights kind of a little more chaotic, a little bit more fun. Sonya doesn't look like she's going to go in quite yet. Maybe now they're looking to try to get a kill before the Punisher respawn. Starting to spin herself around, taking a lot of damage. Vala just keeping herself very safe. Yahtzee doing an excellent job with this positioning so far in this fight. The objective going to be picked up here by Woodley Airlines. Sylvanas taking a lot of damage. Vala vaults forward, and look at the burst damage coming out from the Ragnaros and Vala. And this Frozen Punisher is the Punisher they want. Going to be able to put down a lot of siege pressure in this top lane. Lava Wave going into the bot lane, so creating some pressure in that bot lane as well. Kael'thas now at 21 globes, so does have the shield. This Punisher still fairly healthy. The rest of the team, if they can get part of this wall down, they will be able to zone off. Looks like they're going for the camp, though. May pulling the Punisher before it pops over. So the Punisher just going to turn off these top forts. Johanna actually gets popped over, but she uses the Falling Sword to get herself back on her own side of this wall. Punisher, Frozen Punisher, going to jump onto the Sonya. The push in, look at the damage coming out of Vala. She did vault forward, but gets herself back. The siege continuing on this top keep. May now available to go in, slides herself in, but the Junkrat booping everybody else away. So the keep will fall. Vala pressing forward, as is Johanna. The damage going down. Memmius very low. The light bomb as well. A big root coming out there from the Deckard on 2 members, and he gets the stay a while. And that is 3 kills to 1 so far. And these are long death timers. So this looks like it's going to be a core call coming in from Wood League Airlines. Junkrat and Sylvanas both alive. They can't put a lot of damage down, but they have to be very, very careful. And they are spreading that living bomb back and forth. They're both trying to heal up. This core is still alive. Big damage going down. Kael'thas actually getting booped into the keep. The shield is now gone. They need to get the Kael'thas. Since the Vala is dead, a lot of the damage onto the core is gone. And the damage going down, Sylvanas has almost got the Ragnaros. It's down to 63%, but it looks like the retreat is being sounded. Maybe not. Yep, there they go. They're going back, and Sylvanas, now they're back and forth again. They can't make up their mind. Back and forth. They're trying to get a kill here, looking for the Junkrat. Aren't able to find it. Now down to 51%. Anduin getting stunned. The light bomb goes down, gets a 2-man stun. Ragnaros goes down. Johanna going to be the next to fall. Oh my gosh. Gets it off at 40 health. The lava wave coming in. Sonya just tanking it up. Deckard getting the sleep, going to sacrifice himself for the team. But Johanna going to get herself away. Meanwhile, there are minions sieging up this core. It's down to 36%, and it is a siege minion. They get the Deckard, but the shield will fall again. Down to 34 to 31, and that will be probably... gets the last shot off, 28%. So Wood League Airlines not quite able to finish it out, but we're able to get a lot of this core. Can take the team anytime they want and try and push a core when they get an advantage. But it looks like Souls and Slowmo are going to go up. They're going to use the Sylvanas passive, maybe try and get this top keep, maybe try to get a couple kills here too. They don't have a minion wave with them. But Vala coming in, putting a lot of damage down. They got to be careful. Oh, Johanna looking like she's going to go in, now backing out. Sylvanas is going to stay alive. And it is a 4-on-5 so far. Now these minions are going to be able to pick up this keep in the bot lane if they don't get addressed. May is on her way back, as is Sonya. And the next shrine is underway. 20s are online for both teams. We got the blink by the Sylvanas. We got the upgraded Riptire from Junkrat. We got the big one coming out from the May. Interesting. Gonna get that big blind. Anduin going for the Varian's Legacy. And Sonya going for the extra armor to survive against the Vala. Meanwhile, Johanna did take the upgrade at 20 for the Falling Sword. Deckard getting the Endless Potions, Bottomless Flask. Ragnaros actually upgrading the Heroic Difficulty. Kael'thas getting the increased Flame Strike range. Vala just getting the increased basic attack range. Going to be able to keep herself a little bit safer from the Sonya. But Icewall going down. Can they get the synergy? They've got the target they want. Can they get the leap goes down, but the Unstoppable is just in time, and Vala gets herself away. Big damage going out, and this looks like the Vala just going to continue to run herself forward. The Junkrat gets the Riptire on the 2 targets. The cooldown is reset, so he can throw out another one, but he's got to survive first. And here comes... Oh, Junkrat did die to minion? Did he die to a minion? I didn't catch that. He was alive after the Flame Strike ended. He must have died to a minion. That is big. That's the second death. They saw that, and so they're going to go ahead and push up into this top lane and try to end it here in the top lane instead of pushing with the Punisher. Vala's not quite there. She's going to get there. There, she just, broke a hole in the wall real quick to run over to the team. Takes the road less traveled. Why not when you're doing so much damage on the Vala? But now it looks like they're going to say, let's get the keep. Secure the win with the Punisher instead of just trying to force it. May being up in 9 seconds. Punisher just, doing Punisher things. It's like, don't tell me what to do. I'll do my own thing here. But that shield is going to be gone here in a second. They're trying to get the Vala in the back. Not going to be able to do so. Sonya leaps herself in. Actually, the damage going down. The Punisher is on the core. The Ice Wall goes down as well, but the Punisher is just beating up, and Vala is continuing to siege this core up as well. And that will be GG's. Game number 2 going to go over to Wood League Airlines, and we are now in a best-of-3 situation. Crazy. Game number 2. Couple core calls. They weren't always the cleanest, but eventually the job got done. And Wood League Airlines able to pull this back to 1 game apiece. Kael'thas getting some pretty hefty damage in there. 60k. Like we said, the mages, the champions who can do both damage to enemy heroes and in addition do damage to the objective, are definitely favored on a map like Infernal Shrines here. Ragnaros, 22k to 17k so far in the Soak game. As you expect from a Lava Wave, Ragnaros going to be able to pick up a lot of those side lanes. Junkrat able to put down, again, another respectable amount of damage. I don't know what happened with that death, that death at the end there. I don't know if it was necessarily, losing the May and losing the Punisher may have still been game ending. I don't know. They put up a pretty good fight without the Junkrat. So maybe if they did have the Junkrat, it was close. We'll see. They were starting to try and chisel their way back into it. Souls and Slowmo were, but Wood League Airlines says, no, we're not going to let you back in. We're going to take this game number 2. And now it'll be up to Souls and Slowmos to decide if they want first hero pick or if they want map pick again. Souls and Slowmo, they definitely had a really, really good game plan. And I really think had that one fight at 10, those level 10s, where they had the anti-synergy between the Light Bomb, the Ice Wall, and the Sonya Elite. Had that landed the way they wanted to, this could have been a completely different game. Like that fight would have, that combo right there would have probably killed 2, if not all 3 of the backline. And they really would have been able to get a lot of the pressure relief off of that and maybe create some pressure of their own. But it seemed from that fight on, they ended up losing that fight. And Wood League Airlines was always in a comfortable position after that fight and just continued to press and use the Vala and use the Kael'thas to just win these fights. Johanna did a really good job being that front line and allowing Vala and Kael'thas to continually put down a lot of damage. Kael'thas wasn't able to play as safe as he wanted for a majority of the game since he didn't have the shield. But once he got the shield, he was able to play a lot more aggressively and ultimately put out, I believe, 64k damage? 60k damage, so a lot of damage coming out of the Kael'thas. But yeah, that was it for game number 2. Exciting stuff. We are getting underway for game number 3. I've got the invite, so I'm going to send us to a short commercial break. Woo! Rackham coming in with the 10 gifted subs right before the commercial break. So I got to shout those out real fast. Coming in, Rackham. Thank you so much, Rackham. You're my favorite. I love it. I mean, if we get like 5 more subs, I may have to go put that Stormtrooper outfit on. That is awesome. But got to give it out. Alpharac TV, Tiger Hots, Ghost Dunk, Duda Shoots, Dragon K 4000, Catberry, Sparkler, Giggle Schmack, Big Muff, McGuff, and Berserk getting all of their subs to the channel. Congratulations. Enjoy those emotes. We got a lot more emotes coming up. Rackham, thank you so much. You are the best. Let's get to that commercial break, and I will see you guys on the other side.
I shall be your shield.
Blessing upon friends!
Hell, it's about damn time.
We are steadfast in the face of peril.
Don't underestimate a Nephilim.
Stormwind honors those who serve.
This is only the beginning of our journey.
My wrath shall not be quenched.
Your deeds bring honor to us all.
By steel or fang, we will prevail.
Not even death can save you from me.
All right, I am back. Welcome. Yep. So I gotta clarify this with Rackham because I don't think he was here when we did this. And Rackham, thanks again. You are absolutely the best. But so we were talking about Halloween between game 1 and 2. We were talking about Halloween, or I think it was during the pause or something like that. And so people asked, were asking about that, and I said, I went as a stormtrooper. My kid was a skeleton. And I said, oh, my stormtrooper outfit's like, right over there, my little stormtrooper onesie with the mask, and I was like, and then somebody asked about that. I was like, oh, maybe I'll put it on if the price is right, kind of deal. If we get, people coming in, start cheering, throwing bits around, all that other stuff, we get a hype train going, maybe I could be convinced to throw the stormtrooper outfit on. So Definitely. Oh man, now here we go. OG Tunnel State coming out for the 5 gifted subs. All right, if we get a hype train going, I mean, I can't deny the fans what they want. So we are almost there, getting close to that hype train. OG Tunnel Snake, thank you so much for the gifted subs. And I got to give the shout outs to everybody. X War is fun, Maestro Cast, the Captain Stream, X Lone Wolf, and the Lich Queen coming in with the subs. Welcome, enjoy your subs. Thank you again all so much. Love all the support. I got to make sure these teams know I'm ready while we get into this third draft here. Sorry, we were popping off with this potential for the hype train going on. 15 subs in like 2 minutes. That's pretty fantastic stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Definitely appreciate all of the support. You guys are fantastic. We're only 3 games in, so if we get that hype train going, I will definitely throw on the Stormtrooper onesie for y'all. Oh boy. I just keep hearing the rings. Rackham doing another one. Hype train is close. That's all I've got. This is insane. You guys are amazing. But into game number 3, we are going. Me Ding, congratulations on your sub. Thank you again, Rackham. Definitely appreciate it. Rackham, you do so much. You don't need to trigger it yourself. You're doing. I always appreciate you coming in with the support on the channel. You are absolutely fantastic. But let's get some of this analysis going underway. Stukov going to be banned out again by Souls and Slowmo. Not wanting to see that Stukov yet again. It was, well, they ran it in game 1 and it was pretty oppressive, so they don't want to see it on the other side. Definitely pretty scary stuff coming out. And it was always the Asmodan. So when we see the Asmodan, no, they're going to switch to the Greymane. So it's going to be a Greymane respect band coming out here because they did run the Greymane in game 1. Don't want to see, I believe it was Dauntress that ran Greymane in game 1. It was either yeah, it was Dauntress, I think. Ran the Greymane in game number 1. Getting everything underway here. Looking for the second band. It's going to be the Zul'jin, so same bands coming out from Souls and Slowmo again. You know, we talked about Battlefield Eternity, how fun of a map Battlefield of Eternity can be with the Punisher. You know, you could build for race, you could build for team fight. If you don't have the race and you just want to, attack the enemy team and then win the race that way. Just if you kill the entire enemy team, you can win the race. You can build for siege and just say, you know what, we'll put 1 person to defend or 2 people to defend, and we'll just siege with the remaining 3 and just try and press lanes while the Punisher is active. So it's all sorts of fun, but a lot of race being banned out with the Greymane Artanis focuses coming out from Wood League Airlines so far. But the same band's coming in from Souls and Slowmo. Now, Vala is still available. We also have Li Ming available as the Mage Racer. Oh my gosh, the Captain's Stream coming in with the gifted stuff, and he gives it back to Rackham. Gives it back to Rackham. Captain Stream coming in. Man, I got to take a drink for that one. Cheers to all of you guys coming in. Definitely appreciate it. Well done. Thank you so much for all the support. And Rackham, enjoy your gifted sub from the Captain Stream, and I will make sure I will put that Stormtrooper thing on eventually. Oh gosh, you guys are making me do this. Alrighty. So Anduin picked up by the side of Souls and Slowmo, and it's going to be the Vala Lucio picked up by the side of Wood League Airlines. Y'all are too much. You guys are funny. Oh man, I bring it up and all of a sudden everybody comes in. I again, thank you all so much. The support is awesome. Johanna and Li Ming being picked up here by the side of Soul and Slowmo. So they're taking the Johanna to counteract the Vala. Johanna, what are the better defenders on this map? What's in the cup though? It's a lager. It's pretty good too. But Johanna, it's from Trader Joe's. I don't remember what the actual name of it was. My wife picked it up. It's actually pretty good. But Johanna going to be able to counter the Vala, get the blinds on the Vala, kind of known as like the anti-race, can sit there, blind everybody out. And then Li Ming, the mage, one of the best races for mage. I know Maestro's done a lot of numbers with who is going to be able to, we had a big talk on here the other day about Tychus and Artanis on race potential and stuff like that. So there's a lot that comes in. I think that cup is filled with the tears of orphans. Oh, that's funny. Love it. I think this is only like the second hype train I've ever had on this channel. I've only had one other, so you guys are fantastic. It's not too often that you see hype trains coming around, so absolutely love it. Murden and Orphea picked up by the side of Wood League Airlines. Murden going to be able to just get in there and bully that Li Ming and Anduin. Johanna's going to have to be on her peel game, or they're going to need a second frontliner here, somebody in the top lane. They're holding this off. The Tears of Orpheus. I love it. But Orphea going to be able to put down her own amount of pain as well. Going to be a little harder to do around a Johanna, though. Lone Wolf going to take the Sonya yet again. And Tychus picked up by Dauntress. No, you're fantastic. Thank you. Try to be every once in a while. Do what I can for all of these epic finalists here. Oh, Yrel picked up by Baron as the final pickup. So we've got a massive dive coming out. Both frontliners on the side of Wood League Airlines. Very, very interested in diving. Have a lot of follow-up with the Lucio, Orphea, Vala as well. So Johanna could have to be on her peel game and really leave Sonya to be the one to do the engage. Johanna's got to peel for the Li Ming and Tychus. Thankfully, Li Ming does a very good job peeling for herself, as long as she doesn't get stun locked. And then Tychus can, do a very good job once he gets his Odin. Or he may just go to the laser since everybody's going to run into his team. He's like, you know what? If you're going to run into my team, I'm going to just drop a laser right in the middle of where you're coming and just zap y'all. So we'll see how the Tychus decides to pick that one up. I actually might think that we may see a laser Tychus here. Just with the way that you see the draft coming out from the side of Wood League Airlines, I think you'd get a lot more value with that. But into game number 3 we go. Best of 3, 1 apiece so far for each team. Let's get these teams introduced. On the blue side, we have Souls and Slowmo. We got Memmius on that Anduin. We got Toxic Core sitting on the Johanna, Nemesis on the Li Ming, Dauntress on the Tychus, and Lone Wolf on Sonya. Meanwhile, on the red side, we got Wood League Airlines. We got Yahtzee on the Vala again. Dark Knight rolling it in on the Murd and Woot on the Orphea, Zilla on the Lucio, and up in the top lane, we got Baron running around on the Yrel. So we saw the stacking quest come out in favor of Wood League Airlines last game. They're coming back with the stacking again. Murden actually going for the Storm Bolt, the perfect storm at level 1, so he's going to look to do some damage as well. Medine coming in. Let's go Souls. Wants to see Souls and Slowmo take another game. Definitely some Wood League Airlines fans in here as well. We'll see what's going out. Hype train completed. Thank you all so much. Definitely appreciate it. Was a lot of fun. I will make sure I give you the reward that you so deserve. And I will go throw that thing on between these two games. But here we go, down in the bot lane. So far, Lucio just trying to amp it up. Vala going for the Q stacks, so going to be able to put the punish. But Vala actually rotating. Yahtzee rotating up into the top lane. Maybe trying to get a gank onto the Sonya and try and claim control over this top camp. Sitting in the bushes so far, but Lone Wolf backing off. They've called out possibly that the Vala is not there. And now Vala is there. She is getting the Qs down, but not getting quite enough damage. And immediately, Souls and Slowmo go down for the camp. Say, Vala's top, we're going to go bot. Johanna has the Iron Skin, can get herself out of trouble. But Murda could get the stun. He's in the middle of a bunch of minions, so that's going to be a little bit challenging. The rest of Slowmo's picking up. Oh, Lucio gets rooted out. Big damage coming down, but he gets away. Not quite able to finish it off, but Li Ming looking for just one reset. She's like, guys, they're all so low. I just need one, and I can get all 3, but isn't able to get the resets. And so that means everybody on Wood League Airlines able to get away. No kills yet, but 1 camp picked up so far by Souls and Slowmo, and Tychus heading on over, gonna go ahead and get this Bruiser camp started. Everybody else gonna continue to try and siege out this bot lane. doing a little bit of fighting. Vala and Lucio go on a date up to their own bruiser camp as well. Both bruiser camps being picked up a little early. We'll see if each team decides to hold. Johanna does not go for the punish this time. It is a different Johanna player. Gonna go with the extra iron shield from the iron skin. 40%. Sonya actually picking up a camp in the top lane as well. Anduin is here to give a little bit of assistance if needed. And the rest of the Souls of Slowmo, they're just sieging up. They're like, you know what, we got the minion already here. We're putting down the damage. We got a tower, so we're going to continue to just press. Murden up in the top lane. 6 stacks so far on his Q. And this camp is continuing to press in the top lane. But I think Souls of Slowmo have the upper hand with this camp in the top lane as well. They definitely have Woodley Airlines trying to respond to them, but Murden trying to get a flank. Looks for the Endo and misses the stack. Actually hits Tychus with it. Here we go, fighting. It's going to be Woodley Airlines defending, and it's going to be Souls and Slowmo being the aggressor so far. I thought it was going to be the opposite, but Vala going to be trying to do the damage down by herself. Gets about half. Oh, sorry. The half goes over to Souls and Slowmo. Vala gets about half of half, so a quarter so far going down. And both of these are going to be in favorable positions for each team, and it is going to be Woodley Airlines fully committing to the defense here. Tychus getting stunned out. Yrel not wanting to leap in quite yet. No minions pushing in either lane so far. But Li Ming able to sit back safely. Yrel jumps herself in. Murden actually gets a stun onto Tychus. A lot of damage going down, but Tychus gets himself back. Johanna able to walk herself around. The damage continues to be put down, but Johanna gonna fall. Vala able to get that burst damage. Memius is in the middle of the wrong neighborhood, goes down as well. So 2 kills to none so far in favor of Woodley Airlines. And now Vala going to go back to try the burn, but Li Ming is still alive. So Murden just going to use his body to try and block everything. Death timers are a little low. Sonya's got to be careful. The stun goes down. Yrel gets the jump. The damage going down. She misses the Q, but she gets herself away. Tychus trying to shred. Vala and Orphea actually committed to the burn. And we'll see the deaths are over. Everybody running back. Who will win this race? It's so close. It looks like it's going to be Souls and Slowmo not getting it in time. That is going to be the Vala and Orphea picking it up. So Woodley Airlines getting the first Punisher. Well played by them in order to grab that Punisher when they were so far behind with the first half. Now it is a very low shielded Punisher. So realistically, again, we typically expect the front wall to be all that goes down, and everybody had to back, so it may only be just one tower. Li Ming is not here, so there is going to be a little less damage onto the Punisher initially. 420 Skycake coming in with a follow. Skycake, how dare you? You are just now following? Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Wood League versus Souls, who will win? I'll tell you who, Icex, because I'm in love with him. Oh, I love it. What a cheer. What a cheer. But it is just going to be the one tower falling down so far. And everybody else continuing to press in this bot lane. Here we go. OG Tunnel Shot. Oh, look, he's got the Hype Conductor symbol next to his name now. Look at you, OG. But Wood League Airlines doing an excellent job, you know, getting all that chaos. It seemed like they were just under a lot of stress in that early game with the amount of pressure Souls and Slowmo did, but they were able to get it back, and now we got a fight going over. So far, the Murden is the first to fall. The damage is coming down, but Vala not able to do enough, and so it will be Souls and Slowmo that are able to run away with that objective. Vala at 10 stacks of Hungry Arrows so far. Murden at 22. So Murden getting up there, and he's going full concussion. He got the Skullcracker at level 7. So will we see the Haymaker come out at level 10 and try to just set up plays? So Lucio taking a lot of damage. The grenade comes in, and that is going to be Lucio going down. Soul and Slowmo get another kill, and Skycake coming in with the 200 bits. Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you so much, Skycake. Do appreciate all the cheering going on. That's the Vegas winnings right there, right? Talents are available now. Sorry, there was a little bit of hesitancy while the fighting was going down. Moist Weenus coming in with the 69 bits as well. Thanks again. Definitely appreciate it. Team coming out for some support. Love to see it. And here we go. 10's right around the corner. Souls of Slowmo picking up their Bruiser Camp. Get it picked up. So far, it's Light Bomb picked up by the Anduin. And that is where it'll be. Picks it up much faster than Death Punisher. Falling Sword picked up by the Johanna. It is going to be the Laser Drill picked up by Tychus, the Wave of Force picked up by Li Ming, and it is going to be the Leap by the Sonya. 10s are still being picked up here by Wood League Airlines. They're just a few seconds away from picking it up as well. But Souls and Slowmo, they know they have the advantage. They're going to start this halftime show off with a bang. Camp being picked up in the top lane. This is a lot of top lane pressure coming in from the side of Wood League Airlines. So that is going to have to get addressed by Souls and Slowmo here. It is going to be the Ardent Defender coming in from the Urel. Avatar picked up by the Muradin. Sound Barrier by the Lucio. Rain of Vengeance by the Vala. Orphea still hanging on, figuring out where she wants to go with that ultimate. Souls and Slowmo go pick up the camps. Skycake coming in with a bit, the 1 bit. I would have donated 10,000 bits if Tiger hadn't rolled shit on the craps table. Oh, I love it. But the drill goes out. Big leap coming in from the Sonya here. Li Ming gets some damage. It is a crushing job, but that was a big falling sword as well from the Johanna, getting 3 members. Johanna gets Lucio first. Orphea and Tychus having a brawl of their own. It is 1 for 1 so far, but Vala has to get herself back at almost no health. Orphea gets rooted out by the Anduin, and Sonya coming in to give a little assistance, but Murden trying to turn this fight around as well. Here comes Urel to join this fight. It is chaos going over here, and it's going to be Orphea going down first. Now Urel has to run. Johanna tracking her down, gets the slow from the punish. Vala riding herself in on the Angry Cloud. Can she get some damage? Will not. Elects to back off. That means Urel going to be left to fend for herself. That is a huge, huge pickup by Souls and Slowmo. They had bottom pressure the entire time, and this is a full shield, full health Immortal coming up into the top lane. Souls and Slowmo coming away with a big, big win in that fight and going to have a huge power play on this top lane. Off we go. The siege is on. The shield is still very healthy. The fort is starting to fall. We're looking for the leap. The leap is available. The falling sword is as well. If they find the target they want, they can get a really good push. Vala is standing just a little out. Got to be aware of the leap. The light bomb is there as well. They can get a nasty, nasty combo with those two. Urel jumping herself in. Now going to have to back herself out. Does not have the Ardent Defenders. Has to be a little bit careful. Punisher continuing to put pressure in this top lane. Still, the shield is not taken off yet. Nobody looking to engage. Maybe they don't have the timer on the Urel yet. Looking to get it, but the light bomb goes down. In she goes, but doesn't land onto anybody. The drill thrown down in the back. Souls and Slowmo just being a little, I'd like to see him be a little more aggressive. Unfortunate there, the Punisher gets about a third of the fort. But man, with the Urel Ardent Defender, it's still down, 5 seconds to go. I would have loved to see with the Leap and Falling Sword, they didn't use those cooldowns, holding on to them. And ultimately not getting, they should have gotten that keep. We'll see if it comes back to bite them in the butt, or if they just, you know, the patience ends up being a little favorable. Maybe they're going to hold their ultimates and see if they can get a cheeky gank down here. But still, a very, very good push for them. They got both forts and a lot of the top keep finished off there. A little bit of the jitters may be a factor here. Don't want to throw anything. Want to, you know, just slow play this. Get the good, solid pressure coming in. There's the leap. Oh my gosh, and it's a huge leap. Look at that play. I take back everything I said. Lone Wolf coming in with an absolutely monstrous leap there. Big play coming in from the Sonya, and that was huge for Souls and Slowmo. Man, if I had a replay on this channel, I would absolutely throw that one up time and time again. I love nothing better than putting my foot in my mouth when plays like that are made. That is absolutely amazing. And Souls and Slowmo are going to get rewarded with the keep here. Baron holding on that Ardent Defender to the last possible minute. My, oh my. Just got to give it up for this guy. Riding away in fashion. Holy cow. But we are not done yet. This next Immortal phase is online. Both teams going to go ahead and pick up their bruiser camps first. Souls and Slowmo kind of want to just see if they can get their 16. Get a 16 advantage. Then they're going to have full control. They can leave 1 or 2 to defend while the rest of the team tries to soak these 2 lanes, get their 16, and they will be in full control of this Punisher phase. Don't really have to force anything with 16s being right around the corner. but it looks like they may be trying to here. Urel jumping in, gets the stun onto the Tychus. Anduin pulling him out, but Toxic Core getting low on the Johanna. Sonya jumping in, gets a two-man stun, does not have the light bomb. Now the light bomb goes down, but Orphea able to get herself out. Murden getting fairly low, tries to jump away, but the sound barrier is able to save him. Johanna, three-man condemn, continuing to follow it up. The Urel with the light bomb, or sorry, the Ardent Defender going into the back line. And so far, no kills. Urel wanting more, jumps in the drill, gonna zone her off. A big three-man condemn coming in yet again, and Murden will fall. Root going down from the Anduin onto the Orphea. Resets coming in for Li Ming. You can hear him a mile away. Li Ming barely missing right there, but gets the 2 kills. And this is gonna be another Punisher picked up by Souls and Slowmo, and they have already set themselves up with the win condition in the top lane. If this is a fully shielded Punisher, it is going to be a very, very tough defense coming out from Wood League Airlines. Everybody gonna go to the spot lane. Anduin just healing himself up. It's like, you know what? This is our winning push. I'm just gonna go top myself off, get my mana up nice and healthy, get ready for a huge push coming out here in this top lane. Sonya picking up the camp just to add a few more minions to the mix. And here we go. It's going to be an absolutely heroic defense if Wood League Airlines can pull this one off in the top lane. Fully shield, full health immortal, 14 minutes. We'll see what they can do. Maybe trying to pick a fight before this mortal gets here. Urel channeling, charging up. Murden trying to pull some people away. Just delay. But the mortal has arrived. The drill is there. The more the shield can be burnt, the better it's going to be. So far, only down to about half. They can get the other half before it reaches. There comes the leap onto the backline. 2 members, but the light bomb goes down, only catching onto the rail. The 4-man falling sword is there as well. Vala just trying to continue to burn through this immortal. Got the shield down, but the core is still fairly healthy. Rel just trying to cause chaos in the backline right now to keep everybody awake. It's a 4-man stun. The Immortal down to about half health so far. Ooh, but Orphea goes down. Li Ming gets the full combo, gets the reset. Urel trying to get the damage going down. The Immortal down to about a quarter health, but the shield has fallen. The core is melting, and ladies and gentlemen, that is it. GG's coming out. Game number 3 gonna go in favor of Souls and Slowmo. And how about that? Big, big win. Pulling it back around here. I'm going to leave it really quick on this stat screen for you all real quick because I've got a promise that I need to keep. So I'm going to step away for a second, leave these stats looking pretty for you all. And I will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Let's look real quick at these talents real fast. Throw them on over to you so you can see what all's going on the talent screen. It was the Tychus drill that was picked up, as anticipated, with just the sheer amount of engage that was coming out of Wood League Airlines. So to go for the Seismic Slam leap, and those leaps were devastating. Lone Wolf putting on a clinic on how good those leaps were. Nice comboing with the Falling Sword Light Bomb as well. And Li Ming, when she was able to get the resets, was able to just put out so much damage. So nicely done by Souls and Slowmo, taking the 2-1 and put this series at match point. We are going to take a small break. When we come back, we will get game number 4 underway. Stick around, all.
I shall be your shield.
Blessing upon friends!
Hell, it's about damn time.
We are steadfast in the face of peril.
Don't underestimate a Nephilim.
Stormwind honors those who serve.
This is only the beginning of our journey.
My wrath shall not be quenched.
Your deeds bring honor to us all.
By steel or fang, we will prevail.
Not even death can save you from me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. Glad you could make it. This was my Halloween outfit. As you can see, went as a stormtrooper. I am definitely a little short to be a stormtrooper, but it did end up working itself out. I've got to make sure that everybody in here knows that it's going to take me a minute to get this underway. So you're going to have to give me just a little bit of time. I do not have the gloves. I'm sorry. I could not find them when I was getting ready, so it's just going to take me a little bit of time to get those underway, but that is pretty much where we are at. Hope it did not disappoint. This was your reward. Congratulations. Thank you again all so much for all the donations, the bits, the cheers, everything's like that. I do definitely appreciate them. It's always nice to get a little bit of support on this channel, but we are getting ready for map number, I believe map number 4 for Towers of Doom is where we're going to be going, but I'm still waiting to see who picked it here. And is going to be Wood League Airlines. That was the one that picked the map. So let me get you guys over to the map screen real quick so you can see what's been going on. So it's going to be Wood League Airlines. They picked the map the last 3 times. And so far, Souls and Slowmo are the ones that take 2. Weenus coming in with the cheer again. Thank you so much, Weenus. Definitely appreciate it. Always love the support on the channel. It is definitely very challenging to see through this mask, so probably won't cast the actual game in this, but we'll do the draft phase. Why not? Make sure I'll give you guys your bang for your buck. I got to make sure these teams know that I am ready so we can get this game underway. I definitely cannot hit shit in this mask. That is definitely true. I'm surprised I can see chat in this mask. I gotta lean all the way in to be able to see what's going on here. But anyway, we're still waiting for our last. We got readies coming in from Wood League Airlines. Still waiting for our readies coming in from Souls and Slowmo, who are looking to end this series off here with match point. Yes, I'm wearing the headset on top of the helmet. It can pick it up. I don't know how, but definitely can. But again, thank you all so much. It's been a wonderful night. It's been a lot of fun. We are in game number 4 now of our best of 5. I was commenting with people before the series even began. I typically have a track record a best of five's always going to game number 5. I have no idea why on this channel best of fives always go to game number 5. But they do, so we'll see if we get it. Towers of Doom, kind of a fun map, also known as one of the comeback maps of Heroes of the Storm. These teams can, you can be down to two core shots left on the core and then suddenly just, come back with 2. Since you can't directly attack the core, you have to use the objective or the boss or the pumpkins to be able to pick it up. But both these teams, they've been showing throughout the entirety of this series that they do like to team fight. And so we will see if they both decide to draft these heavy team fight compositions going into this game number 4. Souls and Slowmo definitely showing that they're ready to take this series all the way. They had a really tough game number 2, but came out and had an absolutely brilliant showing in that third game, which was just amazing to see. Love when teams are able to respond like that. Wood League Airlines was able to do that in game number 2. Had a rough going in game number 1. Were able to respond back and have a pretty dominant game number 2. So we'll see how they elect. But this is the third game in a row where Souls and Slowmo have had the first pick. And they've always banned Stukov when they don't have first pick. So we'll see if they keep that story consistent here and get another Stukov ban. Nine seconds left. I mean, Stukov does very well in Towers of Doom, but there's other champions that have been played, like Dahaka. Anduin's actually going to be the first ban pick priority. So they ran Anduin. This is interesting from Souls of Slowmo. Game 1, they ran Stukov. They won with Stukov. And then they got first pick in game number 2, and they banned Stukov. Last game, they had Anduin. They won with Anduin, and now they have first pick, and they're banning Anduin. So they've definitely got compositions that they're looking for and things that counter the compositions that they're trying to run on specific maps. And Anduin isn't part of that plan, and they don't want him on the other team, so they're just absolutely getting rid of him. But they've run Anduin successfully already in this series. So Junkrat going to be banned out here by Wood League Airlines, which was played pretty efficiently by Souls and Slowmo in game number 1. Zul'jin going to be banned out here as well. Not going to see the crazy orc, so definitely, I believe Zul'jin has been the second ban in all 4 matches so far by Souls and Slowmo. Weenus, I think with that cheer, you took back over Tiger Spot as the bit leader for the tattoo bet. So I think you're in the lead now. Not entirely sure. I'll have to double check the scoreboard, the leaderboard, to verify that. But I'm pretty sure you took Tiger over from the leaderboard. And with Rackham coming in with 17 subs tonight, we're getting dangerously close to that sub count. Too close for my liking, because I don't want Weenus to pick where the tattoo's going on my body. That's gonna be scary. Giving Weenus way too much power there. But first pick coming in, Towers of Doom. Gonna be Johanna.
Calls.
Has been picked up, wasn't picked up I believe in game number 1, but has been picked up in every match since. Coon coming in with the PogChamp. Yes, again, this was the reward for them. We had a hype train on the channel, so I promised I'd wear my Halloween costume for at least one draft phase. I am already sweating like crazy wearing this thing. Brightwing and Dahaka picked up by the side of Wood League Airlines. So a lot of global play again. They ran the global play. I believe in game number 1, they were the ones that ran the global play in game number 1. Just didn't work for them, so they're going to try it again here in game number 4 on Towers of Doom. Try and use that Dahaka to double soak with the Brightwing to go give that assistance to Dahaka when needed. But Tassadar picked up by Souls and Slowmo. And Sonya again. So Wolf going to show us another clinic on that Sonya. Going to be able to match well up against that Dahaka for the double soak game. And the leaks have absolutely been devastating in some of these team fights that they've been able to have. So we're waiting to get the rest of these bans underway. Zeratul ban. Interesting. They must have something on the scouting report we haven't seen so far, because there's been no Zeratul emphasis at all this series. And then they pull out the Zeratul ban on Towers of Doom. Could have been pulled out on Sky Temple, could have been pulled out on Infernal Shrines, but decided not to ban it there. But now they ban the Zeratul. So there's got to be something on the scouting report saying we got to get rid of Zeratul. You know, I'm looking at the names. It's the same 5 members still. Nobody on Souls and Slowmo has subbed out yet, so. Galahad did sub back in. Galahad is on the Brightwing. It's been interesting change of players coming out from Woodley Garrod. It's got a couple players on the bench that they can throw in and mix and match as needed. But it's going to be a Nubrak and Lunara, both very, very good champions on a map like Towers of Doom. The Nubrak going to be able to get himself in there, has a lot of lockdown CC for the Lunara and whatever other damage they decide to run with this. Has excellent peel potential too. A little more challenging onto a Johanna, but has it for the Sonya, can always throw people under a cocoon if needed. Really lock down a target for Lunara to put down a lot of burst damage. And they have a lot of vision too with the Beetles and with the Wisp.
Oh, this is my jam.
Raynor and Lucio being picked up by the side of Souls and Slowmo. Gonna run a lot of auto attack damage coming out from the Raynor. Gonna be able to sit safely, put down a lot of poke. Has a little self-sustain. And then Lucio gonna be able to high-five people out of that crowd control chain coming out of the Anubrak. So we'll see what kind of damage they elect to finish off here. Need some sort of auto attack. Maybe a Hanzo would be. They played Hanzo before. They're gonna go. Oh, they're gonna go Mage. They're gonna go Gul'dan. So a lot of burst damage down onto one target. All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of burst damage coming out from this Anubrak's, whatever target Anubrak is calling out. But Woodley Airlines, this is match point if they don't win it here. So looking to get back in here and set it to game number 5. Meanwhile, Souls and Slowmo, this is the comp they elected to try and finish this thing out. We're going to get under the map, and I'll see you guys on the other side. This is gonna be really interesting to see how these two teams elect to play this final one out here.
Prepare yourself for battle.
A lot of siege potential coming out from the side of Woodley Airlines, but Souls and Slowmo, they got their own as well. So let's get these two teams introduced. On the blue side, we've got Souls and Slowmo. We've got Toxic Core on the Johanna. We got Memmius on the Lucio, Nemesis on the Raynor, Dauntress on the Tassadar, and X Lone Wolf X on the Sonya. Meanwhile, on the red side, looking to send this to a game number 5, we got Wood League Airlines. We got Baron on the Dahaka, Galahad on the Brightwing, Zilla on the Lunara, Dark Knight on the Anubrak, and Yahtzee on the Gul'dan. And now the stacks, the side of the stacking quests is flipped. It's on Souls and Slowmo. They're the ones stacking it up. Couple stacks coming out. Gul'dan trying to get some stacks going in here. Oh, did I say the final one? I'm sorry. Could be the final one. Sorry, I may be jumping ahead of myself. I have full confidence this is going all the way to game number 5. History tends to repeat itself on this channel, and every best of 5 I've done so far, I've gone the entire distance. But we'll see if that's the case. Johanna getting a big condemn so far. Woodley Airlines got a lot of crowd wave clear, so they're just looks like they're sending the 4-man back between bot and top, which means that Souls and Slowmo are going to be able to get the siege going. The Haka's not doing the double soak game quite yet. And camps have been started so far by both teams, trying to get an advantage on the pumpkins. No invades. Each team elected to play safely. Now we've got Johanna Making her way on over, maybe trying to call an engage here. Looks like she's going in. She gets the 4-man condemn, so it is called. She's trying to get the contest to go down. Tassadar putting down the damage, but Gul'dan able to put down a lot of damage in return, starting to get the drain going down. The Rainer is super low, is bleeding out, but Lucio's healing him, and he will live at 30 health, but Toxicor getting very low on the Johanna will go down. Dahaka is here trying to get the pull, but Nubrak has other plans, gets the burrow, and that is 2 kills picked up by Wood League Airlines, starting their game off very strong here. We're able to pick up their camp as well, so the invade was not successful. And Wood League Airlines gonna start pushing in here in the bot lane. Good start coming in from the red side. Dark Knight getting the heal off. Gonna be able to top himself up. Has the Beetles at level 1. We'll see how he continues to build into that. Went with the Impaling Barbs at 4 instead of the increased burrow distance. Tries to get the burrow to cut Sonya off, isn't able to, but the rest of the team is already here. Gets the Impale. Gul'dan gets a lot of damage on top of it. Sonya's trying to spin to keep herself alive and will barely get herself away. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, the Rainer and Tassadar are just continuing to put down a lot of pain on the siege structures in the bot lane. And we've got our first objective coming online. Gonna be that triple ultra phase, as it always begins. Gank trying to go down onto the Dahaka, but he's able to get himself underneath, and it looks like Souls and Slowmo are going to go for the aggressive top lane, and Nubrak's not here, so they got to get this channel off, or at least get some kills here. Dahaka getting very low, doesn't have the burrow, but Brightwing has the phase shift in, gets in. Gul'dan puts down a ton of damage onto the back line, so far, 1 shot apiece, and everybody on Souls and Slowmo decides to back themselves up here. Give it over, so it's 2-1 in favor of Wood League Airlines, meaning that they have the 8 shots going off only to the 4 of Souls and Slowmo so far. But Souls and Slowmo immediately going back, and this is something they've done all series long. They want to put the siege pressure on, immediately rotating as a team to try and get any amount of siege damage they can. They have no vision. I don't believe they know Lunara's up here. They see the Brightwing mid, so they know Dahaka's getting the camp, so that's why they were sieging pretty heavily, but they don't know Lunara is there. Now they do. They see Lunara show through the minions, so they know that they have only 2 members down here in the bot lane. They do have the double global with the Brightwing and the Dahaka, and maybe they're going to use it. They're going to leave Brightwing in the middle, Dahaka in the top, and really just push them both lanes to force Sonya to be on top of the soaking game a little bit more, but looks like Brightwing has come down, joined the team. Will they try a second camp invade? They have the 7s, but it looks like they're just going to go ahead and commit to the siege in the bot lane. And here comes a new Barak. Looking like he wants to pick a fight, thinking better of it real fast. Pumpkins not quite in position to run themselves in since the front wall is down. Jana going in, finds the Nubrak, the damage goes down, has the unstoppable. And going with the Beetles at level 7 as well, so he will be healed up by his Beetles. Although they don't put out the most damage. They can put out enough to keep him topped off, and he's got 3 of them attacking, so, you know. But here comes Sonya. She's down here as well. Rotating in. I don't believe she's been scouted so far. Lunara still, I don't believe she's been scouted, but they do see the channel going off. So now they know she's down here. Dahaka electing not to come down. They're comfortable giving this one up to get this experience lead. 9-8 so far is the levels. Tassadar sitting at about 60 on his stacks. Lucio already done. Johanna at 11 for Laws of Hope. Meanwhile, Gul'dan a little over halfway done. I think he has to get to 15. Yep. Dahaka almost halfway done. Needs to get to 10. But bot lane, typically the focus on this map. So far favoring Souls and Slowmo, but Wood League just waiting for their 10s and may try to pick a fight with the Dahaka around the 10s. They are now online. Isolation picked up by the Dahaka, horrified by the Gul'dan. It is going to be the Emerald Winds again by Brightwing, Cocoon by Nubrak, and Lunara holding for just a second. Hasn't decided, and it's going to be the Leaping Strike picked up by the Lunara. Souls and Slowmo backing off, just trying to get their soak for their own 10s, which have just come online. It's going to be the Falling Sword by Johanna, Soundberry by the Lucio. The leap coming in yet again by the Sonya. Hyperion picked up by Raynor and Tassadar. Is he going to go with the Black Hole? Or is he going to go with the Archon? I anticipate Black Hole with this.
The altars rise.
Get a little bit of disengage from the hardcore engage, but we'll see. There it is, the Black Hole picked up. But now we got it. The 10 out of 10. Johanna going under. Dark Knight sitting fairly low, but Brightwing coming in. The Horrify already thrown down. Tassadar getting caught out. Black Hole goes down, catches 4 members with the Black Hole. Johanna getting in with the Falling Sword. It is a 5v4. Sonya's nowhere to be found. The 4-man, but she doesn't have the punish, so she's not able to get the quest completed. Ah, that would have been another. That would have been the second game we would have seen a 4-man punish finish. But Sonya's coming in. She does have the leap. Looking for the target. It's right there. Oh, but she doesn't pull the trigger yet. So Laura getting the kill on the Johanna. And now Sonya's just going to back herself off. And that is going to be the objective picked up by Woodley Airlines. They get 4 more shots going in their favor and get 1 kill to extend their kill advantage to 3-0. They're looking like they're going to try and set up for this camp steal here. Nubrak gets the Impale, not following it up with the Burrow. Dahaka in position if he needs to get down here, but the camp steal is successful. Nobody escorting the Pumpkins in, however. So the Pumpkins will die, just getting the experience. You got to pick up the Pumpkins of their own. Meanwhile, Souls and Slowmo, I mean, again, story of the game. They just push. But here we go. We got another fight looking like it's about to brew. Nubrak burrowing in, doesn't connect, but Lunar got the slow onto Tassadar. Dahaka came in, but now has to walk himself immediately back up. The Dahaka walk of shame. Cocoon going down. They have the 5 members. A big burrow, a big impale. The Horrify goes down. Tassadar is just being crowd controlled to all sorts of hell. And he gets killed. So far, 1 kill, nothing in favor of Woodley Airlines. Johanna looking like she might be the next to fall. Pops the Iron Skin, starts walking in. The Beatles are doing their job at taking up these core shots. Sonya just going back to the soaking game. So far, Woodley Airlines 4-0. They get another kill right around when this objective comes online. Sonya is getting some pressure in these tops. She's got the wall in the top lane. Good chunk of the wall, at least almost 1 full tower in the mid lane. So she's winning the pressure in the off lanes, as expected, because Dahaka is teleporting himself in. But you gotta just keep an eye on what your team's core health looks like and decide when was a good time to start joining the team. So far, the team's just doing a gentleman's agreement here. 1 shot apiece. 4 core shots for either side.
Your powers will be mine, brave King.
Looking to try and pick up what they can. Now's when the game starts getting a little nerve-wracking. We're in that mid-tier of the game when teams can start making their pushes, making their comebacks. Structures typically start falling here. Deaths are a little bit longer. People get more pressure off of them. The lanes are still fairly short, so teams can siege up the keep. So any mistake made in the mid game could turn into a structure advantage for the other team. So teams start to get a little bit more hesitant. Trying to be a little careful here. Nubrak just chilling in that bush. Souls and Slowmo continuing. And here we go. Will we get another engage? And Nubrak throws out the Impale, catches Tassadar, gets the knockup. Doesn't get the Black Hole off. The Polymorph goes down, the Horrify. And Tassadar is just getting caught out. Gets the damage down, but he did not get the Black Hole off. But it got put on cooldown. So Woodley Airlines doing an excellent job engaging on these fights, picking the fights under their own terms and catching out one. It's been Tassadar a couple times now that they've cut out, but Sonya is getting a reward of her own. 1 kill for 1 tower, and Souls and Slowmo are okay with that. We do have a fight breaking out over this objective real quick, which is kind of interesting. Memia's trying to get himself away, is able to go down. Lunara was able to land the skill shot and get the kill, so it's a staggered death, which means a lot of these shots are going to go in favor. Dahaka's running up. He should get here to interrupt the Sonya.
Be swift, hero.
Is he going to make it in time? I don't believe so. It's going to be close. He tries to get the movement speed from the Bushstalker. Oh, Raynor gets the penetrating shot off, so he does not get the interrupt. So it is 4 shots to 6. Not terrible for the side of Souls and Slowmo, but Wood League Express continuing to chip away at their lead. They will be able to turn this thing back pretty quickly. Gul'dan and Dahaka are able to get it. Tassadar's just got to be a wee bit more careful in some of these fights, making sure he's not getting picked off by this massive crowd control train that's coming out. Nubrak very good at the single target lockdown, and Gul'dan throwing the Horrify right on top to send Tassadar back into enemy lines. But Souls and Slowmo able to get Pumpkin Camp, and nobody's here, so they're going to be able to get this bottom fort. Everybody went top, and now they're coming back down, meaning they didn't get much value. They maybe could have tried a boss once they saw all 5 members down here, but elected to not go for the boss. So this bottom fort flips. And actually, it is a keep now because these opened up. So it was a keep that flipped. So 16's a piece. Pull up the talents real quick so you can see where we're at on the talent screen so far. Rejuvenesca going for the Lucio here, so he's going to get a lot of percent health healing coming out. Going to be able to do a lot better keeping this Johanna and Sonya healthy. Oh, big damage coming out from Tassadar. That damage needs to stay alive, and that damage will just cause so much chaos. But they've done a good job holding the map control so far. They just got to get a couple of these towers. Meanwhile, Sonya is rotated in. Dahaka can burrow in right here and come down. They could have a dive past the fort. We'll see what they like to do. Hyperion is thrown out by the Rainer. It looks like they're content just defending this as fort. Everybody on Wood League Airlines are going to rotate up. Looks like they're going to make an aggressive play onto the Sonya. They're going to commit to the fight here. They know they've got the rotation advantage. They see Tassadar and Lucio. Lucio actually goes under, so they really want to pick this fight. But Lucio is out. Haka pulling in Sonya here. But Sonya gets in, gets a leap onto the Brightwing. Emerald Wind going out to Haka very low. Has the burrow available. Lunara getting the leaping strikes to go down. Galahad very low. Johanna able to get in with the falling sword and gets the hammers to finish the job. That is a kill going over to Souls and Slowmo. They get the 5 shots off, so it was a channel finished off by Wood League Airlines on their own side. So the shots are down to 18 to 15, chipping away. It's getting very, very close here in the later stages of this game. Now Gul'dan is going to be able to sustain a lot in these team fights. He's got his level 1 finish, and he is stacked heavily into this W line. So it's going to be very difficult to kill him, even if you focus all of your targets. So he's trying to be that, like, I'm going to bait you out here. If they can get the interrupt, if they can time the leap or the black hole to interrupt them, or even the penetrating shot coming from Rainer, that would be big. But so far, all 4 members of Souls and Slowmo committing to the defense down here. The entire team of Wood League Airlines clearing out. They do got to get back to defend these 3 pumpkins that are coming in. Otherwise, this game is going to become even at 15 shots apiece. Johanna going under, and Nubrak calls it in. Dahaka is here, so they're looking for the fight. The Horrify is not thrown out yet. Dondra's getting very low. Lunara jumping in. They're able to get the kill onto Tassadar, but Johanna going in very deep to kill Lunara. Doesn't actually trade herself away. The Iron Skin keeps her alive. Gul'dan has to back himself out, and Nubrak gets the burrow, but not going to be able to finish it off. And Sonya able to get some more pressure in the top lane, picking up the pumpkins. So this is going to mean that Souls and Slowmo, it looked like they were going to lose so much, but end up getting themselves away. And the pumpkins come running in. Sonya going to be able to finish these off. The core, or the keep, does flip. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the 20s are very strong for Wood League Airlines. The rewind on a Nubrak is a very, very big heroic that can be picked up here. Leap coming down by the Sonya. They're trying to kill the Sonya before she can get the heal. Silence is down. She's getting fairly low, but still alive. Gul'dan able to finish her off. So it is another kill going over to Wood League Airlines. They got their 20s, and Nubrak has the rewind. He can get himself back in and really lock down target. Finds a Lucio, gets one, gets the second impale, misses the burrow, but it's still enough, and Lucio goes down. Big play coming in from the Nubrak, and they get the channel. So that's 4 shots going off, and immediately boss is called. It is 14 to 11, gonna be 14 to 7 here. Wood League Airlines not ready to end their night. Want to send this all the way to game number 5. An important thing, Sonya didn't finish the fort in the top lane, or the keep in the top lane. So that does mean they got 4 shots off there. 14-7, and there's still 30-second death timer, so we're going to see a map start to get painted red here. Wood League Airlines coming in strong in this late game team fight, picking off the Sonya. They trade for it so far. Souls and Slowmo continuing to do an excellent job at making sure that even if they're down numbers, they're able to get something of value on the map. Sonya is now alive. Lucio going to be joining her shortly, so it's going to be another 5v5. It is a single objective, so it does not end the game for either team at this point. Hyperion going out, trying to escort these pumpkins in. 1 goes off, 2 goes off. 2 off so far. The third will not get off, so it is now 7-12. Another set of pumpkins coming in. Big team fight coming in here for both teams. This is going to be a really exciting team fight. Fireworks are going to be flying. Whatever team makes the one micro misstep here. Johanna is under. Tassadar caught out. The Horrify goes down. A big another burrow. The rewind has been done. 2 members going down. And Wood League Airlines are just throwing themselves into the back line of Souls and Slowmo. Now, Sonya is getting the channel off, and nobody is getting the interrupt, so it is going to be 4 shots. But the rest of Wood League Airlines are just trying to get a kill. They're looking for the Johanna, trying to finish her off and get a staggered death, which they will get. There's no way Johanna's getting out of this. And that is a big staggered death. So now they can push in and maybe start to paint this map red, trying to combine words here, and ultimately see if they can get a 6 cap. Raynor and Sonya are going to try and make sure that doesn't happen, pushing up in the top lane. Will they get it off in time? There looks like they're just going to trade right now, but Wood League Airlines are going to go for this mid fort here. Or keep. It is a keep. I keep saying forts. We're at keep stage now. We are playing for keeps at this point. So this is going to be a 5 cap. They could look to 6 cap still. They could rotate up and try and flip this really quick. And so far, Tassadar and Sonya rotating to the mid lane. They are going to try and get the 6 cap. They're looking for maybe trying to get Raynor. Gets the cocoon off, so they will be able to get him. As long as the Nubrak, he's very low on mana. He's only got enough for 1 impale, but they've got a lot of other people. Oh, the unstoppable time perfectly. That means Raynor will not go down. Galahad taking Storage. Oh, Sonya coming in huge, recognizing Brightwing was taking tower shots and gets the Brightwing. That's a big pick off there for Souls and Slowmo. And Nubrak trying to run away, but doesn't have the mana to. This is a double altar phase. The double altar is actually huge. If they can pick up 1, 2, 3. They need 3. No, they need 3. So if they can pick up 1, 2, and keep everybody away, they have to keep Gul'dan off of this. 3 is right here. If they can pick up 1, 2, 3, they can win the game here with Brightwing dead for 30 more seconds. But they're not gonna. They're gonna try and channel. They're gonna go for the safer play. They're going to get the double channel, which will give them 6 shots here. Actually, they only needed 1. They only needed this one. My math was off. They just needed this. But they didn't get it. So they're going to be down to 2. 2 shots to 7. It is so close. It is literally coming down. Oh my gosh, it is going to come down to the wire. Lunar and Brightwing trying to pick the pumpkins up in the bot lane and create some pressure in the bot lane. Meanwhile, Souls and Slowmo trying to end. This has to get answered. This is ending. This is game ending right here. These 3 pumpkins, if they do not get addressed, this will end the game. Gul'dan and Lunar are nowhere near. They're on their way up. They should make it in time. But they have to get those pumpkins killed. They have to get 2 of them. And they're going to be able to do just that. Black Hole goes out, tries to keep everyone off. Raynor is actually under inside the cocoon. The Impale goes off double. Here comes the Nubarak, hits the rewind. The Raynor gets pulled back. He goes down. Dark Knight getting out. Will he survive at 20 health? He does, but Johanna goes down as well. So it is 2 for 1 so far, and Wood League Airlines are back in it. Oh my goodness. And these pumpkins are still pushing in the bot lane, and that means they're going to get in. 1, 2, 3. It is down to 4. And that is the boss. And Wood League Airlines, they got the 3. They're looking to end here. This is it. It comes down to this final fight. It is a 4-on-3. Will Sonya be able to be the hero here, or will it be, it's so far a 1-for-1, but everybody getting low. It's Lucio and Sonya against the world. Dahaka decides to start it again. They're holding up. It is gonna be a huge fight. Dahaka going in, trying to find a target. Sonya jumping in as well. Is Polymorph. Lunara doing the damage. Sonya getting low. Lunara is able to finish this off. No, Sonya's on it. Oh, and it goes over to Wood League Airlines. Lunara able to keep herself away and finish this game, sending us all the way to game number 5. How about that? Wow, that was exciting. My goodness, that's Towers of Doom for you right there. Like, it doesn't get much better on Towers of Doom than that right there. That was so fun. I mean, Wood League Airlines 17-7 in kills, but Souls and Slowmo were able to make their kills matter. They were able to play the macro games so well, and ultimately Wood League Airlines are able to come away with it. I mean, I thought for a second that when Sonya landed that leap onto Brightwing and they got that kill and then they got the second kill, they were just going to triple cap them. My math was even off. They had to get one less one and end the game right there, but they didn't. Wood League Airlines was able to delay it, protect it well enough that they were then able to get that last fight in that top fort and ultimately catch the Rainer out. Dahaka got the tongue, pulled him back. Johanna dove in to get the Anubarak, but sacrificed herself for it. And my goodness gracious. Absolutely amazing. You love to see those kinds of games. But 31k to 30k in the soak. Healing. I mean, Lucio just did a little less, but Rejuvenesca would have just propelled him all the way up there the longer this game went. 58k to 62, Tassadar. I mean, it was pretty even, Steven, all across the boards. The big difference were these kills and then the camp pickups, which ultimately there's no stat for the camp pickups, which kept Souls and Slowmo in it for so long. There's the talents for you guys. We have a best of 1 coming at you. We are even at 2 games apiece. Game 5, we've got lots of hype. We've already had one hype train. Now we've got a second one going with the Game 5 hype train. This is insane. Throwing over, looking at these talents. I mean, Gul'dan going fully into that W build. Dahaka going for all of that essence. Beetle build fully committed by the Anubarak. Went for the Bed of Barbs at 4. The rewind was huge. Lunar just continuing to get a lot of that poison. Just absolutely amazing stuff coming out from these two teams. A lot of fun. All right. For the last time tonight, we are going to send it to a small break while we get set up for game number 5. Do not go anywhere. Division E final matchup. E East final matchup. Winner moves to the grand finals. Loser, their season is done as the number 2 in the Division E East. I'll see you back here on the other side.
I shall be your shield.
Blessing upon friends!
Hell, it's about damn time.
We are steadfast in the face of peril.
Don't underestimate a Nephilim.
Stormwind honors those who serve.
This is only the beginning of our journey.
My wrath shall not be quenched.
Your deeds bring honor to us all.
By steel or fang, we will prevail.
Not even death can save you from me.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. I still got the onesie on. I had to take the mask off. I was sweating so bad in that thing, but got the Stormtrooper outfit on. Looking pretty fresh as a Stormtrooper. I'm not going to roll down the sleeves. It's just getting way too hot in this thing. But how about this? Game number 5. Gonna be so exciting. These two teams have put on an amazing show for you all tonight. It is always fun. And like I said, I've got the track record. Best of 5s on this channel always go to game number 5. Never want to count it out. If you ever come watch a best of 5 series on this channel, just expect it to go all the way. Like, get your popcorn, your dinner, your pizza. I got my beer, but I'm running out. I've had to pace myself because I knew this was going to best of 5. But whatever you need, get in here. It's going to be fun. We are going to Braxis Holdout for this final match. You can't see it because it's blocked by all these people following tonight. By the way, Floral Gold, thank you so much for the follow during the commercial break. Definitely appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Hoping you're having fun. But the interesting thing I want to point out, I know you can't see the Braxis, but so Souls and Slowmo, they picked the first map, won it. Then Wood League Airlines elected to get map pick for map number 2, and Wood League Airlines had it the next 3 maps in a row. We come down to 2 maps left between Braxis Holdout and Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Souls and Slowmo decide we want to pick the map. We want to go to something we think we can win this championship on, and give Wood League Airlines first pick. So Wood League Airlines are going to have first pick here for the first time since game number 1. But I'm going to let these teams know I am ready for this colossal game time decision. And it's on Braxis, the most snowbally map I think that exists in Heroes of the Storm. Braxis can end in 6 minutes sometimes. It's so fast if the team does really well. But sometimes Braxis goes to 30 minutes too. I've seen 30 minutes Braxis games. So who knows what we're going to get here. But neither of these teams is going to go down without a fight. Souls and Slowmo have given me the ready sign. Wood League Airlines have given me the ready sign. And I'm sure I've made the mistake a couple times tonight calling Wood League Airlines Wood League Express. It is the sister team. I'm just so used to casting Wood League Express that I call it Wood League Express. But here we go. Game 5. Draft underway. Galahad is still in. He's been subbing in and out the entire night. But I think they're 2-0 when he's on the team, and they're 0-2 when he's off the team tonight. So Galahad staying in for game number 5. Heck, I'll just kill it now. Why not? So now it's Wood League Airlines that get to ban first, which it's been a hot minute since we've seen Wood League. I mean, back at 7 o'clock was the last time, 2.5 hours ago, or 2 hours and 15 minutes ago was the last time that Wood League Airlines was banning first. So we are all the way back to the very beginning, which is a very good place to start. And Nazebo is going to be the first one banned. Anduin going to be that second ban coming out from Souls and Slowmo. And they always have banned a healer first. Stukov and Anduin. I think it's been 3 Anduin bans and 2 Stukov bans so far as their first ban. And then they followed up with a Zul'jin. Oh, chat. In draft chat, they're saying, what's the over-under on the Zul'jin ban? Like 1,000%. It's going to be a Zul'jin ban in ban number 2. May getting banned out here second. So different bans. Wood League Airlines have just banned differently game to game. Souls and Slowmo have kept it pretty consistent. A healer and then Zul'jin. Either Anduin or Stukov and then Zul'jin. Toxic Core saying, ouch, the May ban hurts my soul. And there is the Zul'jin ban.
Victory above all.
Stukov gets locked in by Galahad. We're waiting to see what the 2 picks are coming out from Souls and Slowmo. Junkrat and Johanna. Ran the Johanna pretty effectively in game number 3. Pretty effectively in game number 4, too. And it was picked in game number 2 by Wood League Airlines, who got a win with it in game number 2. So Johanna's 2-1, I believe, on the night so far. 2 wins, 1 loss.
I stand ready.
Bala making her appearance yet again. Coming out. Yahtzee running it back. And Zilla playing the Kale Toss. Very similar to their win on Infernal Shrines. No. Yeah, their win on Infernal Shrines. Wait. Did they win on Infernal Shrines? Yeah, they did win on Infernal Shrines. I think Infernal Shrines was the second map. They ran the Vala and Kale Toss and had a pretty good showing with that. So they're going to try and do it again here on Braxis. But Nemesis had a very good showing on Junkrat in game 1. It was banned last game. Available in this one. There's the Respect Anubarak ban coming in. Don't want to see Dark Knight on the Anubarak. Played it pretty efficiently in game number 1. But they did ban the Diablo all night, so I'm wondering if Dark Knight's going to go for that Diablo pick. Does a very good job on Braxis being able to hold that objective. Isn't the best champion into Johanna? I wonder if they may go Variant. Variant isn't banned. They have the Stukov and the Johanna's on the other team, so I'm curious if they pick if Dark Knight plays a pretty mean Variant. Struggles in the early part, but if they can keep the objective under control in the top lane, then they will. So Souls and Slowmo. I mean, they may have picked the map just because they wanted to get the counter pick in the top lane. They're like, hey, Braxis, we can get a counter pick in the top lane and win the top lane. And so and they also took the Brightwing away, or got the Brightwing. Stukov's picked up. But Baron taking a Rexar, and Dark Knight does go with the Diablo. So looking into Rexar. Couple champions. 2 big ones. Let's see what Lone Wolf picks up. Don't believe he wants to go Sonya here. He's going to go with the Artanis. Okay. Played it on Battlefield of Eternity in game number 3? No, he played the Sonya in game number 3. It was Baron that played the Artanis, I believe, in game number 3. But there you have it. These are your final team compositions for game number 5. We're going the whole way. I'm excited. Let's get you all a little pump up music here. I'll see you in the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen. They're playing on the Aran map. No, I didn't even notice that. Let's do it. 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 Let's play on the Aran. No, we're not going to do it. Everybody's leaving already. Womp, womp, womp. Usually people call it out in the chat. Oh, well.
10 seconds.
They did Braxis Outpost, not Braxis Holdout. Womp, womp. Alrighty. You guys get to see my ugly mug again. I did say, to be fair, I did say when we were in the coin toss that if it went to game number 5, we should just play an ARAM to see who the champion is. So I think they took that a little too literally and sent us to an ARAM for game number 5. I wish they would have stayed, but they didn't. So we're gonna get a remake in here really quickly. Chat's just going berserk. Toxic Horde Taunchers fail. Even his own teammates are coming in here. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. Now we got Braxis Holdout, not Braxis Outpost. I didn't even see that last time. Yep, it was Braxis Outpost. Womp womp. All right. I mean, it just hypes it up even more, right? All right. Got the teams in here. This should be a pretty quick draft phase. And I will just distract you while usually they go to set it up as like a match and then go through. They don't redo the entire pick and draft phase, but they'll do it again. Just for the flair. You get to see it one more time, just in case you want to analyze how this draft went. You'll get to see it again picked up really quickly here. But man, I mean, we got to see it. Everybody's got to start coming out and shouting out who they're cheering for here, because we are in game number 5. It's been okay. I'll call this an okay night for chat. Haven't seen a lot of flair coming out yet. So gonna need to see it here for game number 5. These teams are really gonna need their own team support, their own fans support for this game number 5. Because this is do or die. Like best of 1. Winner is the Division E East champions and gets to move on to the Grand Championship. The loser gets the 2nd place spot in Division E, which is like, it was so close. And you're 1 game away from being the champion, so it's just like, it's rough. But man, they have put on an absolutely amazing show for us tonight. What are we sitting at? 2.5 hours of Heroes of the Storm so far. And we are not done yet. I love how I got the opportunity to pick this up last minute too. This team scheduled it like a day ago, and I got messaged and it was like, hey, we needed a caster for this. Are you available? And I was like, of course. It's Friday night. We're going to do some hots. Going to cast this Division E matchup. Didn't get to do it on any of the Nexus NGS main channels. But like I was telling these teams, if you couldn't do it on an NGS main channel, where else would you like to do it at? This is a fun channel. Like to have a lot of fun over here. But here we go. Into the game one more time. We are on Braxis Holdout this time, not on Braxis Outpost. I got you hyped up for an ARAM. I'm pretty good at that. If you can't get hyped up for an ARAM, what's the point of playing an ARAM? But here we go. Braxis Holdout. Game number 5. On the blue side, we have Your Souls in Slowmo. We have Dauntress on the Sylvanas. Nemesis sitting on the Junkrat. Toxic Core on the Johanna. Memmius on the Brightwing. And we got Lone Wolf on the Artanis. On the red side, we've got Wood League Airlines. We got Dark Knight on the Diablo. Zilla on the Kael'thas. Yahtzee on the Vala. Galahad on the Stukov. In the top lane, we got Baron on the Rexar with Misha in tow. To the bot lane we go. Talents online. Kael'thas stacking up. Vala stacking up. Johanna looking for the Laws of Hope. Artanis going to try it again with the stacking quest. And they are putting up a siege in the top lane. The cheese is on. Sylvanas is here. They've broken it down. They're looking to get the health fountain. Artanis is taking a lot of forward shots there. He stepped a little too far forward and goes down. Wood League Airlines get the kill. Diablo doesn't get the first charge, doesn't get the flip. There it goes. They treat out Misha Bear for that, so it's a 2 for half so far. The Wood League Airlines starting off pretty darn good here. Responded well to the invade. They didn't get the health fountain. Now they're trying to do the same thing. They're starting their own siege with Brightwing as the lone defender. Sylvanas trying to rotate down to catch out the Kael'thas. We'll see if she gets him. She's got... Ooh, she didn't go the aggressive way. And she missed the Banshee. So Kael'thas able to get away. Misha Bear getting low. And Brightwing going to go join the team in the bot lane. Lots of, oh my gosh, lots of living bombs spreading in the bot lane. Zilla's like, yeah, what's up? I put you on fire. Camp being picked up on the side of Wood League Airlines. Dontress and Co. going to go call out their own camp as well. So that is a camp pickup from the red side. Souls and Slowmo trying to get their own picked up as well. But Wood League Airlines off to a very aggressive and very good start. Able to pick up the bottom. Johanna stepping on top of it to get the channel off. Artanis is holding, but going to have to get off here. See if they can get maybe just a couple percent going. Up to 4, 6, and that's 8. Oh, he gets the flip onto Rexar. But it's got a lot of minions to deal with. Meanwhile, down in the bot lane, Diablo's taking a little bit of damage. Still, you know, healthy as can be. Got Stukov to heal him up. Brightwing, I bring you a gift, friends. I love Brightwing's just voice lines. Just an absolutely evil fairy dragon. But damage going down. Kael'thas gets the living bomb. Will it spread? Dontress holding it. Gravity Lapse, make sure it spreads to Johanna. Diablo charges all the way in. Now is stuck between a Johanna and a hard place, but Johanna trying to get herself out. Vala vaulted in, did not want to do that. Gets blown up by the Junkrat, or maybe it was Junkrat concussion grenade. I was too focused on the Johanna and Diablo duking it out. Artanis trying to fight Misha. Gonna get stacks off Misha Bear, so he will continue to scale up. But in the early game, Rexar is gonna just completely control that objective. Diablo sitting fairly low. Has to be respectful of the damage coming out of this Sylvanas and Junkrat combo. But Artanis is able to channel it off. Rexar went to go get a globe, which means that this is continuing to channel in favor of Souls and Slowmo. Johanna gets stunned out by the Diablo. Vaults herself backwards, but Diablo going to go down, so that's another pickup coming out from the side of Souls and Slowmo. And now they have the numbers advantage. Can they get the Kael'thas? Not quite. Junkrat, I believe he was silenced. I believe Stukov's silence may have prevented Junkrat from detonating his concussion grenade there. But Artanis holding his own here up in the top lane. Going up against Misha Bear and making sure that Misha Bear does not get the channel off. And so this is a big Zerg wave coming out for Souls and Slowmo so far. And this is 88% so far. Vala's up in the top lane to help out. This Artanis, not long for this world. At 40 health, Vala gets the kill there. And Souls and Slowmo not able to do much in the bot lane, having the numbers advantage. Vala gonna rotate herself down. See if they can get anything. Vala vaulting herself forward, continuing to get the auto attacks, already at 43, but sitting very low. Sylvanas trying to get the kill, but Stukov has a big heal. Gets Vala topped off there. Diablo gonna go for that W build on Diablo. Keep himself just as healthy as he can be by throwing out all that fire. Gets a flip onto Johanna. She does not have the Iron Skin available and does go down. And Brightwing gets caught in the gravity lapse. So it's a big, big pickup. 14% channeled so far from the side of Wood League Airlines. And Nemesis looking like he's going to rotate all the way top lane. They're going to try and do the same exact thing that Vala did. Come in and try and get this objective channeled. No swap landing for Artanis. Meanwhile, the siege going on in the bot lane continues. It's at 88% to 30% so far. So Wood League Airlines have chipped back. It was 88 to 0. So the Zerg wave's not going to be as oppressive as what it could be. But this is a camp pickup by the side of Souls and Slowmo. Meanwhile, Wood League Airlines, excuse me, not picking theirs up, waiting in a bush for a gank. They may get it here. They're for sure going to get... Oh, the root may have saved. They did. Kael'thas able to get the channel off. But Souls and Slowmo able to get the channels in the bot lane. Iron Skin prevents the Diablo knockback. And Sylvanas is going to want to push in with this camp in the bot lane. Does not have the buff for the mercenaries. But that's okay. Can do a lot of damage. Doesn't necessarily need it. Not the best to pick up on Braxis. But they were able to get the remaining 12% and got the kill on Rexar. So that is a big, big pickup in the top lane. Able to somehow get this remaining 12%. Gets the kill on Rexar. So Artanis is going to get able to push, and this is going to be a huge siege in the bot lane with a Sylvanas. That is dangerous if you're on the side of the red team. Has to deal with a lot of these minions and a turned off fort. Junkrat throwing the concussion grenade out, doesn't hit. Diablo getting brought in by the condemn and polymorphed. But Johanna goes down. Too many people taking too many tower shots. And so Wood League Airlines actually doing a very good job defending, now engaging with Diablo, looking to get a fight onto the Brightwing. She's able to, oh, she goes back through the silence, so she is gonna fall there. Didn't really have a good decision. Could have gone down and just delayed the kill. Didn't have blink yet, so wouldn't really be able to blink back to somebody. So decided to go back for the silence. Stukov just did an excellent job putting that silence pool down. And so even though it was an 88% pickup for Souls and Slowmo, Wood League Airlines doing a fairly good job defending, even with losing Rexar right at the beginning. And so both these teams will have their 10s online fairly soon and for this next objective phase. Paula going to go ahead with Kale Toss and pick up the camp in the bot lane. Sylvanas just going to try and pick off her own. Artanis at 60 stacks on his level 1, so, you know, it's not as high as he wants it to be, but he's continuing to work on it. Wants to get up to like that 200-300 range before he really starts being freaky with his damage. But 10's online for both teams on the side of Souls and Slowmo. We got Riptire by the Junkrat. We got Blink Heal by the Brightwing, Falling Sword by the Johanna, Suppression Pulse by the Artanis, and Wailing Arrow coming in by the Sylvana. Meanwhile, on the red side, Stukov going for the Flailing Swipes, Pack Hunter, or the Boars by Rexar, Rain of Vengeance by the Vala, APOC coming in from the Diablo, and it is going to be the Phoenix picked up by the Kael'thas. This objective going to go down. Kael'thas fairly low, but they were going to go in. Vala gets a nice 2-man Rain of Vengeance here in the bot lane. All members down here. Diablo ready for the APOC, flips the Junkrat in. That's a 3-man APOC, huge. Kael'thas just wants to melt everybody on top of that, and everybody that has a blue health bar is falling. Johanna, the only survivor. Big flank coming in from the Diablo, gets a 3-man APOC onto the backline, and Kael'thas is able to clean it up with the Vala. Wood League Airlines again coming out 9-3, definitely an advantage for the kills, but what Souls and Slowmo have done very well this entire series is even though they're behind in kills, they are playing the map very, very well and able to find advantages elsewhere. Down in kills significantly, but up in forts and structures, up in Zerg waves, and almost get a second fort there. And now they're trying to gauge on the Kael'thas in the back. Gravity Lapse saves Kael'thas from the Johanna. The Riptire trying to come in, and it goes down. Womp womp.
The beacons are now online. Please keep them out of enemy hands.
Artanis picks up one, Johanna picks up the other. Sylvanas starting to pick up the Merc camp. Everybody on Wood League Airlines rotating to the top lane. Artanis got to be very careful here. Backs himself off. Pings go down. Near in danger. He knows it. He's backing himself away. So 28% picked up so far. And it looks like everybody on Souls and Slowmo is like, you know what? We're just going to keep pushing. Artanis actually swaps the Rexar. Gravity Lapse does connect there. APOC going down. Brightwing's coming in. Gets the heal, but lands into the middle of a silence pool, meaning 2 members go down instead of 1. The rest of the team trying to push out the bottom lane. Brightwing's like, oops, that didn't work. 4 recalls coming in. Can they get the towers? I don't believe so. Maybe the minions will be able to pick up 1. But the rest of the team going to back themselves off. They created the pressure, but the fort was picked up in the top lane by Wood League Airlines. And they're going to continue to try and press their advantage with these numbers that they have. 11-3 so far in kills. Diablo's on the hunt, finds a Johanna, flips, but Iron Skin already thrown out. Nobody's channeling the bot. Junkrat, I mean, could he get this? Could we see? They do. Johanna's not going to try and hold it, but she's going to get a few more percent channeled. Every percent counts at this point. Now, Rexar is in the bot lane. Sylvanas coming down, steps on top of it, baiting out the Rexar. Rexar has no idea what's coming his direction. The silence goes down. Falling Sword does not land. Misha Bear getting low, but here comes the cavalry. Wood League Airlines has arrived. Johanna gets the Iron Skin popped off, retreats. And the Gravity Lapse does land. Diablo does not have charge quite yet. May have flip, does not. And so back we go. Wrong neighborhood, Fairy Dragon indeed, Tunnel Snake. She showed up and she was like, this is not where I parked my car. And immediately disappeared. But this is a pretty good pickup. Artanis is trying to hold off the top. Meanwhile, everybody on Woodlead Airlines has the entire side of Souls and Slowmo pushed back against their own fort. So as long as Rexar can start to match up against Artanis, Artanis only at 67 stacks so far. These Stukov silences are oppressive. Stukov just is absolutely making everybody's life miserable on the side of Souls and Slowmo. That is probably why they banned it in 3 of the 5 games. It looks like Sylvanas gonna go up, maybe get a camp? Yep, gonna go for the camp. Pack mentality thrown out by Rexar, so we are getting a one-on-one here in the top lane. Artanis trying to fight this out, gets the swap, trying to finish off the Rexar. Rexar taking a beating, and Artanis gets the solo kill. Huge pickup by Lone Wolf in the top lane there. All of a sudden went from 60 to 104 stacks, and Artanis is starting to slowly become a little bit of a monster here. Everybody on Woodlead Airlines going to try and rotate up to this top lane. That means bottom objective is going to be flipped back in favor of Souls and Slowmo, and they have done a good job picking up the camps. I want to say the Mert camp, let's see. Mercenaries, oh, geez Louise, it's 9,000 in favor of, or no, sorry, 1,000 in favor of Woodlead Airlines so far, or Souls and Slowmo. I was looking at the wrong XP. So Mercenaries definitely favoring 2 to 1 pretty much in favor of the side of Souls and Slowmo. So here's a big fight. APOC going down, catches onto 2, gets the Artanis and the Johanna. That's 2 people absolutely exploding, but the Riptide gonna get a kill in return. 2 for 1 so far, but that is probably all it's gonna be. Dauntra's trying to get himself away. Junkrat going to the top lane to try and flip it back. I love that shy dress. Souls and Slowmo had a good coach this season. Why their maps are so good. Absolutely love the humble brag. But tell you what, sometimes teams, like you'll see teams come into a season, start off really poor, they'll get that good coach on their side, and all of a sudden they just turn it around. Having a good coach is definitely something that all teams definitely want to have. Diablo is a big, beefy boy now, sitting very healthy on the soul stacks. 16's right around the corner for Woodlead Airlines, so Souls and Slowmo gonna have to back off and wait for their own 16s to come online. We're now even at 44% apiece. Everybody rotating up. Will Misha Bear come in? They are. Can he land the swap because the cavalry has arrived? Doesn't get the swap. Johanna coming in, but everybody from Woodlead Airlines is here as well. They gotta back out. 16s are not quite there. Gravity Lapse does not hit, but the boars are. Diablo gets the flip onto Sylvanas. Dauntress goes down. 1 kill so far. The Riptire knocks Diablo back. And Artanis gonna go down and try and clean out this bot lane. Maybe flip the objective back in his team's favor. But here comes all 5, and Artanis is now in a bad spot. He's got to find a way to get himself out. He's got to find a flip. Doesn't have one. Doesn't get the unstoppable. Gets the blind out to protect himself from Vala, but Rain of Vengeance does land. Picks up the globe just for chuckles, and it's going to take them on a merry adventure. Won't go down without a fight. Gets the swap, has the unstoppable to prevent the knockback from the charge. Is a good attempt, but ultimately not able to do it. Objective finished off by Woodlead Airlines, and now they are going to try and push through this bot lane. Big old Zerg wave coming in the bot lane. They can't ignore top. They can definitely push out heavy in the bot lane, but they got to send somebody to deal with this because there is an Ultralisk and a Guardian, which will keep the Zerg wave pushing. But we'll see what they can do with this massive wave that's coming in. Junkrat and Sylvanas still alive, so they have a lot of clear coming out, but they got to watch out for the Stukov silence. Sylvanas in the middle of it so far. Got to watch out for the Diablo. APOC is online. Junkrat able to do damage. Can use the Riptire to help clear out some of these minions. Backing himself off. Not going to be able to, so it is going to be the keep going down, and this is still a very healthy Zerg wave coming in. Artanis not able to land the swap there. They've got to defend it under the core. Get the core to assist here. Core is online. Core is starting to fire. Artanis getting in, getting the Zerg wave. Remember, the Zerg wave in the top lane, still alive, still healthy, so they cannot lose all members. Johanna going in. The shield still available. Polymorph onto the Vala. The Riptire goes out. The Guardians are down. APOC going as well. Diablo gets the flip. Stun going down onto the Artanis, but that is the target that Souls and Slowmo want to be focused. 44% on the core, and still going 33%. The Guardians are still firing. They have to be addressed. Misha goes down first. Artanis next to follow. The damage is absolutely insane, but Yahtzee gets killed 28%, and now we see Souls and Slowmo on the hunt. The Guardian is still alive. I don't believe it's going to pick up the keep. It's going to be close. The core survives. Will they be able to get any interrupts? They do not. So Souls and Slowmo able to defend it off. 28% is very, very low. But this top objective fairly low as well. So each team, their win condition is set up. Boss is starting to be focused. There's still 2 dead. I don't believe they can contest this. They don't have, I mean, Artanis can suppression pulse it, maybe give himself time, but I don't know. It's a risk. Well, I mean, they're online now. Artanis can, oh, he didn't use suppression pulse yet, though. Diablo is in baby Diablo form, so they might be able to kill the Diablo. Sylvanas got in. She's trying to get on top. The swap is there, but the boss is picked up. Sylvanas getting fairly low. And the boss is going to go to the top lane. The good news is the top lane is pushed out. As long as they don't lose another member. Oh, but they're going to go try to end bottom, aren't they? They should be going bottom right now. It's a 28% core. Brightwing blinks herself to safety. They're not going to go to the bot lane. They're going to let this push. So they're going to try to end it with the boss here. Sylvanas is up in 34 seconds. Misha Bear going to go down. Oh, Junkrat may have saved Misha Bear. Trying to get the final kill. We'll see. It's Junkrat's the only one with damage because Artanis has to jump all the way in. 20's not online for either team yet, but the boss has to get focused. 12 seconds for the Sylvanas. Boss is sitting at about half health, little over half. Keeps sitting at about half health. 20's now online for Wood League Airlines. Boss is coming in. Will they try to end it here? Sylvanas is alive. It's going to be another huge, huge core defense coming out. Diablo is in baby Diablo form. The shield is fairly healthy. The blind goes down. The boss is being focused. Everybody in. The damage has arrived. The shield is starting to melt. Misha fairly low. The boss is down. The APOC goes out. It catches the Sylvanas in the backline. But so far, it is 1 for 1. The core is down to 20%. Vala is not getting focused. 9, 6, 5, and that is it. Wood League Airlines come away with the back door. Wow. Well, back door is, Vala able to just rotate herself around away from the fight and finish it out. It wasn't a back door, but I mean, holy cow. That whole series. And to think, I mean, it was literally on Towers of Doom, like 2 core shots away for potentially being over. Insane series. Absolutely insane. Souls and Slowmo, they put up such a good fight. Wood League Airlines refused to go down. And ultimately, it was Wood League Airlines that come away with the 3-2 victory, are going to be your Division E East champions and get the chance to play in the grand finals up against the Division E West champions. I don't even know if that series has been done yet, but man, oh man, I'm exhausted. That was super exciting. These teams have got to be going crazy right now. Like, that was just so back and forth the entire series. I'm going to pop into a channel and see who wants to come hang out with me. We got to get some sort of interview. I have no idea what to even ask with that entire series. Like, there's so many different questions we could ask. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can get our captains. And see if I can get Galahad in here for a possible interview. I mean, I gotta look back at my notes to even figure out where we started this thing at. Looks like we're gonna get the whole team to join us, so I'm just gonna give them a chance to get all in here. If anybody has any questions in chat, write them out. I'll try to get them in. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but all right, here we go. People coming in. We got 4. We got the whole team coming in. I know there are subs as well.
Yeah, one more. We have. He's. I think we're waiting for him.
AFK somewhere.
He AFK'd somewhere. May have jumped out of his chair, ran down the street. He could be a mile down the road by now, screaming at the top of his lungs. We have no idea.
We're missing Yahtzee. Yahtzee's not in.
That's fine. I mean,
well,
Yahtzee's probably running down the street naked too.
Oh, there he is. I was gonna say, run down the street naked. That's the best way of doing it. But all right, we got at least 5 in here, so I'm gonna start it off. Well, first and foremost, congratulations, Div E East Div E East champions. How's the team feeling right now?
Hype. Dark Knight was screaming so loud his mic was like
Dark Knight was screaming like a little girl over the microphone.
No, come on. It was a manly scream, but his mic was peaking.
There's a manly scream that breaks the mic. I mean, definitely definitely a ton of reasons for that. Going into this series, I'll just openly ask questions. Whoever wants to answer. But you going up against Souls and Slowmo, you've seen they've definitely been surging here later half of the season. They had a very, very good playoff showing. So how did you guys prep for this team coming into this series?
First of all, like I'll start off by saying congratulations to Souls and Slowmo. Like they definitely had an amazing season, and they definitely improved throughout the time. And we had to take note of that, right? And they did beat us in the regular season. Not won't make any excuses for anything, but they just straight up beat us. So we had to be mindful of that. We had to bring our best A game and to beat Ice Crown Citadel Knights. And so, like I've been saying the whole time, Div East has been very competitive. And so, I guess to answer your question in short, is just I knew we had to make sure that we're going to be doing our best, and it was on me to try and make sure we are putting our team in positions where we're going to be successful. To kind of shortly say it.
Yeah. I mean, coming in, it's always tough going against a team, that you've lost against, but you also learn a lot when you go up against a team that beat you in the regular season. You get that, that grudge match going again. You can take the notes that you learned from the first time and apply them to this one. So going into into this series, I mean, we could talk about so many different things throughout the games. It's going to be impossible. But starting off, did you think the series was going to start off on Sky Temple of all maps?
I had a feeling they're going to take us to a map they maybe were comfortable in. Once I saw the bans, I've seen the strategy before in other seasons and stuff, and so I was like, yeah, I think they're going to take us to a map that we feel that we're comfortable in. And if they do that, that means they have a specific strategy. And so I was wondering what it was going to be, and kudos to them. They played. Once we kind of saw it, we're like, yeah, that's exactly what they were trying to do.
Apparently, we should have stayed in our base at the end there. They juked us out hard.
Yeah, they did a very good juke on that, and that was very well executed.
It works best because it's Sky Temple, right? It's like any other objective, it's delayed, but Sky Temple, it's literally 1-to-1. Like if we don't get the shrine, they're getting hard structure damage. If we leave to go try to contest the shrine, they're getting that structure damage by staying there while we're not there. Like it was not a great situation for us here.
Yeah,
it's tough, man, because we started off slow in that game, and then we were coming on pretty strong, and then they just yanked it right out from under us. 0-1 to start it off.
That kind of felt like how game one. Souls and Slowmo came out, fast to the race right away. Come out sprinting. Seemed like they're in control, and then you can see Woodley Airlines. All of a sudden, you get the all these little objectives, get the boss pick up, all these other things. It's like, okay, here comes Woodley Airlines starting to fight back. You're getting themselves back in it, and then that kind of just air out of the sails. They get this play and able to execute it and get the back door. And I was like, oh man, I mean, to have that happen in game one, it's rough. But then to bounce back and go to Infernal Shrines and have the showing that you guys did, I mean, how did you bounce back from that and come out with such a pretty dominant showing on Infernal Shrines?
Everyone's done a great job of just keeping cool when we're down all season, to be honest.
Yeah. But right after that, I told him before the match, like one game at a time. It doesn't matter if we win or it doesn't matter if we lose. one game at a time, one game at a time, one fight at a time, one lane at a time. That's how you just have to approach this. Otherwise, especially in a long series, you don't want to overwhelm you. As far as that particular match with game 2, we wanted to go Inferno, and I had a pretty good idea of what we wanted to do and what we might face. And I think it came down to like which team chose the map, I guess, for the first 2 matches, right, or 3.
Right, for the first 2 for sure.
Yeah, so obviously, like I said, that they prepped. Obviously, they had a game plan. We prepped. We had a game plan. So it was like, where are we going, kind of thing. And then, actually, the first 4, right? I think it's for the first everybody who won picked the map won, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, 5-game series. So obviously, we all did our homework. We all put effort into kind of what we want to do. And I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we all cheated off of Dark Knight's homework.
Yeah.
I took notes.
Team effort, right? Team effort. It's like, hey, sharing's
team
caring, right?
discussion, yeah.
There you go.
Dark definitely realized after the first game, first game, that like when it's just big bank takes little bank, we beat them. But they were very good, and they had very good strategies at how like to avoid that. And Dark realized that very early, and so we knew like, hey, they're just gonna give objectives because we'll win those, and they're gonna take stuff while we're doing that. And Dark realized that very early. Yeah,
it was some solid macro plays from Souls, even though they recognized when they were losing an objective, and they knew when to start doing something else instead.
Yeah, and that kind of became like
objectives were never us winning objectives. Like, it was never for free. Like, it always cost us in some lane somewhere.
Like, yeah, we got objective mid, but we lost bot 4. Well, we better take a fort here.
Right, and it kind of became like the story of the series outside of game number 1, or maybe even a little bit into game number 1, where
That's how they got game number 1.
Yeah, Wood League
we were taking
Airlines.
the boss, and they killed our core.
Yeah, I believe you guys were, in almost every game, except for maybe Battlefield of Eternity, up in kills, but Souls and Slowmo were able to play the macro game and, find ways to get value elsewhere, which can definitely be frustrating when you're like, what the heck's going on? We're winning all these fights. Why are we losing? Like, it doesn't make sense. But, you get to Battlefield of Eternity, and again, I believe you guys got the first Immortal, if I'm not mistaken. It seemed, again, like, all right, things are starting to shape up, but Battlefield of Eternity, I mean, ultimately that Sonya leap seemed to just be the massive turning point in that game. What kind of happened in the second half of that Battlefield of Eternity match, and how did you guys get yourself mentally prepped for the next one?
I mean, at least for me, they did a very good job. Like I said,
I'm pretty sure that was the game with the scariest Sonya leaps, if I can remember.
Yeah, they were terrifying.
Yeah. And I mean, we can't ban everything. I wish we could, but obviously we have to just pick our poison. I knew the Sonya was going to come out, and that's literally what I was telling the guys. The Sonya's going to come out. What are we going to do to deal with the leap? Like, that's literally what I was saying. Like, what do we do? I mean, I knew the Sonya was coming out, and when it got picked, like, do we have the tools to deal with this? And we thought we did. Obviously, it worked out that we didn't, and they did a good job again getting macro on that map, and they got a very good advantage. They got XP lead, and that's just like it. Once you're kind of back, it's very hard to step up in such a small map, and they did a good job of taking advantage of that and punishing us. So
yeah,
I would say that, like, I know Dark did a lot of research on the bands and stuff, but I'll give it to Souls and Slowmo, man. They're between their tank, Nemesis, and their lone wolf. They're hard to ban against, man, because their solo laner is very versatile, and so is Nemesis. So like, you got to give them something that they're really good at. There's no way to get rid of all of it in a ban.
Yeah, at that point it becomes like pick your poison, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of deal, which can be really tough.
Mostly we were able to do the same, though.
Good.
I feel like.
And so Battlefield Return doesn't go away. Now backs up against it, kind of deal. Down 2-1 in the series. Go to Towers of Doom. I mean, walking through that last few minutes, it's a classic Towers of Doom map where we're going, back and forth the whole game, and ultimately we get down to the final fight where it becomes like Woodley, or I guess it was the second to the final fight, where you guys lose 2 members, and everybody on probably all teams starts doing math in their head, like, shoot, how many forts do they need? How many shots can they do to get these forts and stuff like that? So what was going through your guys' head at that moment, and how'd you guys defend it? And then, I mean, the chaos and the calms and that last boss fight.
There was a double altar phase coming up when we had 3 people, we lost 2. And I was like, it's okay, guys. We just poke this with 1 poke and leave because they cannot end with this. We just want to solve the death timers a little bit. Poke it once, run.
Dude, there was
And we
so
did.
much there was so much fucking math going on in our comms between Galahad and
Yeah.
Dark Knight. Like, can they end with this? We're like, no. We're like, are we sure? Like, no.
Zilla had to pull out his glasses and his calculator mid game.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my math going. I had everything going. I'm like, okay, I got this figured out. They've got the 5v3 Souls and Slowmo. They need to get the both mid forts and the top one, and then channel both altars, and they win the game. And they got the top one, and then they didn't go for either of the 2 mid ones, and then they launched the first one. I was like, wait a minute, no, they only needed 1. Now they need both, and then they didn't get the other one. And then I'm like, okay, math is just getting crazy here all of a sudden, kind of deal. But then you guys go for the boss.
On the boss play, that was insane. Great fight there. But we were so thrown off by that point that Yahtzee was calling for me to dig to the next altar after we kept the boss.
Yeah, that whole section was a blur. I just knew it was close.
It was
He
just a
sitting there,
rush
go,
of
go,
people.
go to bottom altar, go to bottom altar.
I did it
Yahtzee,
anyway.
game's
It's
over.
just like, yeah, okay, bottom altar. That's the next thing. And no, game was already over.
Right. It just becomes that, everybody's trying to do math and figure it out. It's chaos everywhere, and you're just like, what do I have to do to win? That's kind of the fun of Towers of Doom. When you're doing the math. Ultimately, the boss won
if you split your team
because
up the wrong way, it's
yeah,
over.
the pumpkins. While you guys were doing that massive fight, the pumpkin camp that you picked up earlier walked itself in, so you got the 3 extra shots to make the boss end it. But I mean, holy cow, to come back and go from, I think we lost, to we're going to a game number 5, and then they send you to Braxis of all maps, like the most snowbally map in Heroes of the Storm.
A
What
map
was
that
going through your guys'
beat
mind?
us on. They beat us on that map.
They ended
match.
our last series on that map.
Yeah.
I didn't want to end it here either.
As soon as it was Braxis, I was like, they've played Artemis already. They know we go Rex Armisha on Braxis basically every time we've done it so far. And I was like, I cannot 1v1 a Artemis with Rex Armisha. So we were busting to rotate people up to help me.
Yeah. But I mean, it seemed to work. Souls and Slowmo, they had a very strong early game, had a very, very big Zerg wave, and I thought it was going to be a lot more devastating. So major props. You guys somehow bend but didn't break and kept the fort alive. And I was like, holy cow, okay, we're here to play. We're going all the way this time. And then the first core call, not the second one where you ended up winning the game, but the first core call. Just walk us through what went on in that fight, because you guys got so close to ending the game there.
At least for me, I called core and I said, just focus core. I think we could do this. If we can get 1 more kill, we definitely for sure can. Slightly greedy, but I was like, I want to end this now. I want to end on my terms right now. That's something I always do. I want to end on my terms, and I don't want to be like in a situation where I'm just like in the base having to do nothing. If we wipe here and we end up wiping, I always take that. Like that's something I've learned from over the years in NGS. Always take it when you can. Like
if that core had another 10 or 15% health, like it would have been down to the wire with that final core rush.
Yeah,
it was already pretty close, I think.
Yeah,
and so
it worked out great for us.
Yeah, it definitely was challenging. They put up a good fight, and they got us. We were able to get away, and we're like, okay, we got to the point where we just have to get out and make sure they can't counter chorus.
Luckily we didn't all wipe. That was a huge plus.
Yeah, and that was the thing, because the Zerg wave, you commit 5 to the bot. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this here, but there is the possibility that if it doesn't work out, the other team can come back on that wipe, and then they've got their Zerg wave in the top lane, and it can all of a sudden be like this. Oh no, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, Dark was calling to end right there, and I was like, You sure this is kind of risky? They got like a 30-40% Zerg wave pushing.
I think we knew we had to execute. I don't know. Like they would all, if whenever we let the game drag on, they always found a way to push our lanes in, and it was so we were tired of waiting around. So to
I
speak.
mean, look,
I
man,
was the only one questioning it.
they did good, man, and they're a really good team, and obviously, like they coordinate and they practice strategies a lot together. But w- we really felt like, look, man, when it's 5v5, I mean, we win. Like I said, it's big bank takes little bank.
Yep.
They win by doing other strategies, but when it comes to just going head to head, like I think we won the
When you
team
have the
fights.
world heavyweight Zul'jin champion on your
I did,
team,
dude.
it
6
makes it
bans, 5
easy.
games.
Love it.
Yeah, six bans in 5 games, man.
Love it.
I
Absolutely.
will say that I appreciated they didn't ban Diablo, because once they didn't ban it, I was like, I was talking to the team. I was like, I have to go with my boy Diablo. I have to. If I'm going down, I'm going down with Diablo. It's my guy.
I would say, like, the last game they changed up their bans, and obviously
Yeah,
we
I
just
was
tried to
surprised.
ban things that were a little cheesy that we didn't want to deal with. So the game 5 actually was like their best 5 heroes, pretty much versus our best 5 minus the Zul'jin, which never gets to play anymore.
Maybe, yeah.
Ah.
You're forgetting about the Anduins there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Anduin was pretty
Yeah.
heavily banned. They put a lot of emphasis on the healer pool with Stukov and
Yeah.
Anduin bans back and
You have
forth.
no idea how much of an ego boost this series was, getting constantly banned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a question in chat. I always ask chat to see if there's any questions they have, and I got a question from Chauncey asking, on Infernal Shrines, why did Vala choose to go for the auto attack build instead of going for the W build, since the W build gets value picking up minions? So whoever, I
I'll,
don't remember who's playing Vala, but
I'll answer that. I'll just say shut up. I'll say shut up, Chauncey.
Yeah.
because when you have a KT, there are no minions, sir.
Yeah,
So-
there's no minions for me to hit after he Qs. That's true.
I know Chauncey. I'll just answer that and say shut up, Chauncey.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
So
pretty much the
Yahtzee-
defense I gave. I was like, Vala does give value, but when you've got a KT Johanna on your team who just groups them all up and blows them all up, Vala's like, I could probably flex into a different build since they
I'd
don't
rather
have
have
any
20.
blinds.
I'd rather
Yeah.
have 25% attack speed. To be
There you
honest.
go.
But that's just me.
I mean, look, I can poke with KT, but I need Yahtzee to put him away. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, that's what his job is.
To quote Yahtzee in a previous interview, if you're Vala and you're not auto attacking, are you really Vala?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Are you
Like,
really
what are you
Vala?
doing? That's
It's
what it
true.
was.
It's true.
All right, there you go.
And always dodge forwards, kids, remember.
All right.
I mean, if you don't dodge forward, how are you supposed to kill people?
Yeah.
You go in and get the kill.
Good.
They don't expect it.
Good
All right,
things.
Thank you for the stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
thank you for the
open it
stream
up at
ice.
this point for you guys. Floor is all of yours. Whoever wants to shout out. You can give them out as you want. But floor is yours. Tons of people coming out. This was we're at 3 hours and 11 minutes. This was a marathon of a series. It was
Yeah.
absolutely delightful.
The
But
final for the ages.
yeah,
I'm
anything
gonna be-
you guys like to shout out, floor is yours.
I'll be selfish and go first because I need to go to the bathroom after this. But anyways,
Wow.
yeah, I'm sorry. I this is the one time I'll be selfish. And so first, I want to shout out to you. Thank you for bringing up the cast, and it's always enjoyed one of our actually first match. I think was with you casted our first match, so it's kind of nice that kind of bookending at least with Division E that you kind of casted our first since your last match in Divi East. But also our team, Woot, Yahtzee, Zilla, Galahad, Baron, Aaron, who wasn't here as well. We had like 7 players who played with us, and everybody contributed to the so far what we've done. And we, you probably noticed we're switching in and out, and we're trying to get everybody in, get some time. Everybody taking time out of their day to play this, and for the, so I appreciate everybody for coming through, and it wasn't easy, and I appreciate highly like it. I know sometimes I'm in the middle of the matches, I'm just telling people what to do and seem bossy, and but in the end, it's we're trying to get to a point and succeed, and you got it. And I can't do this by myself, and I appreciate that as much. I've been in teams where you tell people, hey, we should do this, we should do that. If people don't listen to you, you don't get it done. So that's something our team has done really well.
And also thanks to Just Wood League in general, like both our sister team as well, like having the community have people to bounce ideas off of and chat
Yeah.
about the game and play ARAMs with drunk on Saturday night.
Yeah.
They help a lot, man. The Wood
it's been
League,
nice, yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Wood League Express guys like really play with us a lot and are always willing to let us know what we're
Supporting
doing
us.
wrong.
Knife Party, they helped us
Knife
scrim.
Party,
Yeah,
yes.
they helped us scrim, give us they beat us at they beat
Hey,
our
Thank
butts.
you for thrashing us, Knife
Yeah,
Party.
they whooped our ass many a time.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then thanks to Division E East, like I told the team before, this is a gauntlet. They ran us to the gauntlet. They ran a lot of things on us. We had different comps. They gave us really good looks, and I appreciate that a lot. I don't think we could have succeeded with the amount of stuff that Division E East threw at us.
Yeah, we were sweating in our chairs the
Yeah,
whole time.
I don't think there was any match where we're like, yeah, like we're fine. Like every match was always like, hey, we're going through, and a lot of teams beat us and made us grow better. At least for myself, I learned a lot from where I lost. And then congrats again to Souls and Slowmo. You had a very successful season. I did a lot of scouting. I know that your team was in the past and so on, and you've grown immensely. And I mean, unfortunately, one of us has to win, and it could have gone either way. And again, my hats off to you because you played amazing. You pushed us to the extreme limit, just like many of the other teams in Division E as well. And thanks to NGS for, I mean, this is small community, and then they helped us. I love playing HOTS and being able to play in competitive
I like
situations.
Yeah.
trains, and yeah.
Thank you, NGS. This has been some of the most fun and hots I've ever had.
Anyways, I'll shut up now, and then the others say a couple words.
Alrighty, so I guess I'm gonna have my turn. As team captain, gotta have that. I'm just gonna say this now. When I first started this team back in late July, we had our first matches together. We did not win a single match for the first 2 weeks, even in quick match.
Getting
And
thrashed in quick match.
yes, and seeing us go from that to where we are today, I cannot tell you how proud I am of this team right here. Every single one of them, including the team members that had to leave the team due to other reasons, proud of them as well. And I just want to say to my team, thank you guys for putting 100% effort on this. And also, thank you, Ice. You're going to hear that a lot from everyone on my team for picking up this cast for us. And Souls and Slowmo, great, great job this season. I honestly, you guys probably are our best opponents we've had to face yet. I'm done.
I'll jump in here. This is Woot, and I just wanted to say that I was in both the games that we lost, so kind of bittersweet victory for me.
Man, but you were
I
like,
feel like I was the iron weight
top
around the
damage,
ankles of
man.
these
You were
guys.
like top damage in the games we lost. We didn't
I'll
lose
interject.
you were in the game.
I interject.
I think you're even in total.
You were here. You were here last week and the week before that when we won. So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I'm just super psyched that these guys were able to pull it through. And Ice, I mean, we go back. It's good to see you, and thanks for picking up the game.
Absolutely.
Rainer gets a lot of credit for keeping us together and sort of managing the creation and ongoing management of the team itself. So he deserves all credit for keeping us going. And
Wow.
Dark Knight is a master of calls.
He's like the team mom.
He's like the team. He's
Yes.
he's really good at we gave him
Mother
told him
Goose,
we'd do
as he likes
what
to
he'd
say.
tell us to do, and he was clear about what he told us to do, and we got it done for the most part. They did. But yeah,
and
it was great. It was a
we
great game.
contribute occasionally.
Yeah.
There you go.
So thanks
Team
again,
effort.
and thanks to everybody watching. Had a great time.
Hi, Twitch chat.
All right. I'm going to end it there. Again, thank you all so much. Thanks for the shout outs. Thanks for coming. Thanks for putting on a hell of a show. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, enjoy the evening. Try to get some sleep if you can. I don't know. Do you guys know who the Div E West champions were?
it's gonna be Nerd Herders.
There you go.
And I get to face one of my former teammates.
Oh.
And so you know who you are. You know who you are. And
Alrighty. So we got a date with Destiny. Nerd Herders going up against the Wood League Airlines. Going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that series.
Fucking future
Yeah.
loser.
Oh, talking smacks.
Zilla, we're gonna regret hearing you say that.
We try to keep
No,
Zilla
no, but
calm,
this,
but you know,
the thing is though is that you only get one ban because you got to ban Zul'jin, or I mean that's guaranteed. You might want to look at KT because
We're
that
gonna-
character's like 8-1 at this point. Like, I don't know.
All right.
Ban
This is,
Zulji and NK.
this is when you stop the stream, guys.
All right.
Just
Well,
stop the stream.
I'm not
Thank you
gonna
for the
stop, but
cast. Have
I
a good
am
night.
gonna
Thanks.
shout out again. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you.
joining me. It was an absolute blast. Congratulations again. Go enjoy your victory, and I look forward to watching or maybe casting, depending on if the stars line up, that finals.
Also, shout out to OG Tunnel Snake. OG Tunnel Snake. Shout out. Thanks. Okay, bye.
All right, take care, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Cheers, man.
Too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. That was wow. That was fun. Little bit of pre-final showdown antics, shoutouts, cast call outs. I don't know what you want to call it, smack talk, whatever it is coming out. But I mean, that was an absolute hell of a show tonight. I absolutely enjoyed it. We are at 3 hours and 18 minutes, and it felt like it flew by, but at times it also felt like it's been 3 hours and 18 minutes. So before I turn the stream off, I have to give all of these shout outs to everybody. I know you guys came in there while we were doing the interview. I didn't want to interrupt, but I mean, again, I'm going to just start off with all the follows: Goon, Shydra, Toxicor, TX Sizzlex, Dragon, Rusty Nails, Me Ding, 420 Skycake, which I'm taking note of that it took you this long to follow, Floral Gold, and Red Mountain coming in with all follows. Thank you all so much for the follows. And then, I mean, major shout outs. Rackham coming in with 10 gifted subs. OG Tunnel Snake coming in with 5. Rackham with another 1. Captain Stream coming in with 1. Hype Train starting 420. Skycake with the 200 bits. Weenus with the 138 bits. Skycake with another bits. Skycake with the Prime sub. Dark Knight with the 5 gifted community subs. Dark Knight with the gift sub. And then OG Tunnel Snake paying it forward for the gifted community sub. That was a lot of fan support coming in tonight. Thank you all so much. That was awesome to see. You guys got me in my Stormtrooper Halloween outfit with the mask for the draft of game number 4, which was just fun to do. I mean, it takes a lot to get me to do that, but I had a blast. You guys are amazing. Thank you all for showing up. It was a lot of fun. I've got another one. I got to recover because I'm going again on Sunday night. I've got the division. I believe it is D Northeast. I'm not entirely sure which one it is. I don't have my calendar pulled up, but it's going to be over on the NGS main channel on Sunday night, starting at 7 p.m. on Sunday. We've got another best of 5 series, the finals going on there. And then next week, we've got grand finals coming up. So it's going to be a lot of fun getting a couple of those matches in as well. But for tonight, thank you for showing up. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you over on NGS Main on Sunday. But for now, take care. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you here next time.
I shall be your shield.
Blessing upon friends!
Hell, it's about damn time.
We are steadfast in the face of peril.
Don't underestimate a Nephilim.
Stormwind honors those who serve.
This is only the beginning of our journey.
My wrath shall not be quenched.
Your deeds bring honor to us all. By steel or fang, we will prevail.
Not even death can save you from me.